Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, here to share some, some inspiration, some encouragement, some time together. So, brothers and sisters, sincerely to all of you who have already swung by, welcome, Talcottians, fellow Talcottians, blessings and love to all who happen to join. And sincerely, happy Sunday to all. Greetings, blessings, salutations. Arpol, I love you too, man, sincerely. For those who are present, available, willing, interested, I have already dropped the link. You are welcome, invited to join as you wish. The topic today, generally, I'm filled with inspiration from my day already, and we'll share a little bit of that. The topic generally today, Sunday faith, fellowship, and fun. That's what I truly hope to share with us today. And this reminder from 2 Timothy 1:7, and I know I get criticized, but look, it's a book, and the book has sound wisdom in it. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. So kind of the concept and idea of discussion today is learn to live from where you are. Find the meaning for your being through your purpose, your intentions. Choose wisely. Right? And allow a purpose of love to be your guide wherever you go. That's kind of the idea behind those things. That's that's where my mind is at today. Learn how to live from where you are, how you are each day. Trusting that there is a greater purpose for you and your being in that situation. Because every situation, every experience is just a moment, in the greater span of a lifetime or of eons. Every little situation and relationship, every little destination we encounter, these lives are temporary, but trust that in the greater picture, there's a purpose for your being, where you are, how you are, as you are. Sometimes it's challenging. It can be challenging to know where you are, how you are, what you are, who you are. Sometimes it's actually challenging to know that because we live in a world of deceptions and confusion where sometimes things appear attractive and then things are not always as they seem. Right? There's lots of adages along those lines. The grass is always greener on the other side, whatever. We've got all these ideas of what life is and what it should or should not be. It's an amazing adventure we've been given. So today, my day started off with these ideas. All right, Jack, still no answers, still no change, still not sure exactly where the day may bring, but from where you are today, Jack, that's what my dialogue this morning. From where you are, what are your options and what do you hope to discover? Well, I sought inspiration, so I found my way to church, and the church was very inspiring. And so we got our first guest here. I did it again. Welcome, Cecil. How you doing today, brother?
I'm all right, man. I'm on a road trip right now, like a little mini road trip. I'm just kind of like driving around rural Oregon, and I might go drive through a national forest here in a little bit.
Beautiful.
How are you doing today, Jack?
Brother, feeling blessed, feeling inspired today, truly, and filled with love.
Yeah, man. I needed to get out of the house and go get some fresh air and whatnot. I'm out here, and I'm currently in John Day, Oregon. Yeah.
Nice. I don't know if I've ever been to John Day.
It's like a river valley. There's a bunch of, like, between Central Oregon and Idaho, there's a bunch of like little small towns all strung out.
Beautiful.
And then I think you probably have heard of like what happened with like Bundy Ranch, Ammon Bundy and all that. That's not very far from me south of here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. The town that's near there is called Burns. And so I was thinking about going down. Yeah, I got to drive through this national forest, and then I've been to Burns before, and then I got to get directions to the Bundy Ranch. I wanted to go see if I could shoot some video of that over there. I don't know if you heard, but I think Machine's channel got shot down last night.
I thought I heard him say something about some challenges. I didn't understand what had happened. I didn't today.
I guess somebody was showing like guns or something, like on stream or something like that. I think it was Tommy or something. I don't know, dude. I don't want to confirm anything, but yeah, somebody was doing something on camera they weren't supposed to. Man, the air up here is freaking clean, dude.
Good for you.
But yeah, I just wanted to freaking check in and see what was going on. I don't know if he's gonna be around later, but it's probably gonna be a good 4 or 5 hours before I get back into town officially. But yeah, man, I'm out here in the freaking in the wilderness. There's the Schwab over there. Yeah.
Looks like a beautiful day where you're at. And I was going to offer, Cecil, if someone listening to someone else's conversations today reminded me of this. You said you're heading out to the national forest, to nature. Dude, if you find the opportunity, see an old growth timber, go give it a big hug and see how you feel.
Hug that motherfucking tree.
Mr. Drake. There might be some sap issues going on there, or something might be. But yeah, most of those trees, because around here, I believe it's called Ochoco National Forest. It might be a different national forest, but the one I just drove through to get here is called Ochoco. I can get my arms around some of those, but the one I'm going into, I'm pretty sure it's big trees down there. So I'm gonna see if I can drive down to Burns, and then if you're still around on stream, I'll try to.
Hey Drake, don't get lost in there, bro.
I won't. EBT was telling me that the national forest is like where all the shit goes down, like where the aliens land and people get abducted and there's Sasquatch.
All of a sudden, fucking Drake is being sacrificed to Moloch in front of a giant owl.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to avoid all that, but anyway, I need to get back on the road, so I'll check in with you guys later. All right,
bro. Thank you.
Enjoy the journey for sure. Cage, how you doing, brother?
Mr. Talcott, how you doing, bro?
I am feeling blessed. I was truly inspired today.
Let's hear a feeling. There we go.
What's that?
That's how you're feeling, Talcott? That's what I like to hear. You know,
Good. Hey, what do you know of the term shalom? Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
What do you know of that?
What's a Jewish word?
Yeah,
It's a Hebrew word. Really.
that's what I understood. A Hebrew word meaning like peace. But beyond peace, it's like within the order of that's the way things should be. And righteousness. That's kind of the impression I got of the idea of the word. It was part of a sermon I listened to earlier.
It can also be like idiomatically meaning hello too, right? So it's
Yes,
like hi, hello,
that's what
type
I
thing.
understood.
You know,
Is
peace be upon you, kind of like the Muslims, like assalamu alaikum type shit. You know,
that's what I understood. Yes, like a greeting with a greater but positive connection.
mm-hmm.
Between that idea, you know, here's how it was brought up. This concept too, maybe I'm not putting these ideas together. These are notes I took from earlier, but the idea, the solution for our world, the way to really overcome our challenges is to find a way to actually work with our enemy, to turn the enemy into a partner, into a co-worker with a combined objective.
That's true. You know, it's the integration of the personality and the subconscious mind, really, because people always say like Satanists, like oh these evil people, yeah, Satanists evil, and then where you find the real Satanists and the real evil in that. You know where that you find that Talcott usually in a mirror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
So
what
look in the fucking mirror. Come talk to me. Enough of that.
that's what I understand the true Satanist agenda is, and the Luciferian idea is it's selfishness, being self-centered of your will
Egotism.
over God's will.
Yeah, egotism, right?
Yep,
Me. Self-preservation, pretty much, which is an easy exploit to use on the human population. Everyone wants to be, preserve themselves, right? So,
we all want to be, yes, we all want to be valued, we all want to be treasured, we all want to be appreciated. Yet, many of us don't want to shine. We don't want to be seen. We don't want to stand out.
well, you
I
don't want to
mean,
outshine the master, though. You know, you got to move a bit low key with it.
true, very true. There's a strategy to this game of life, but the answers are more simple than we might realize because our imagined limitations get in the way. Holy cows, man. Our creator is the way thoughts reasoning,
It's a beautiful fucking thing, isn't it, Talcott?
it's amazing, dude. It's like praise God, praise the creator. However you want to name it, praise that.
Some people call it the grand architect, whatever you want to call it, right?
Amen.
The algorithm.
Well, Cage, you do totally get that concept though of what I was trying to say. Turning the enemy into a partner, into a friend, using your shadows, using the parts of us that, you know, maybe aren't good or weren't helpful in the past, but integrating the dark and the light together.
It was definitely helpful, though, if you think about it. You can't discount it because it brought you here right now to have this conversation. We're hearing words that are being spoken. So apparently that had to, the integration, it all worked properly to this point. So what are you going to do with it, really?
Well, brother, that is the key. What are you going to do with it? And that actually brings us perfectly into where we were at. You are a great partner here. The purpose, pausing to observe. Sometimes that's what life requires. It's important for each of us to pause at some point in our day, some point in our life, and really observe. Take a look from just a detached perspective of what you see. Look at
Exactly.
yourself and everything objectively.
The observation, right? And Talcott, remember, okay, don't let these fucking people online tell you shit. I guarantee. Remember, I recommend you. I even gave you a link to the fucking people over there to do martial arts. Imagine Talcott went on here. Imagine Talcott went on live right now and did a backflip in front of everybody and did some. No one could ever tell you shit. Your family, all that, everything's gonna work out. You don't have to go to that extreme. But patience, bro, patience, and I guarantee it's gonna happen for you, bro. Patience, man. Simple.
Cage, you're offering me a confirmation of one of the lessons I've been learning. The key that I'm learning for myself, and it sounds contrary, but humility. Finding humility is the key for patience and for overcoming. So, hey, here is another bright light and a wonderful conversationalist, Miss Lindsay. Welcome.
Hello. Are you really describing me?
I am. I really am.
And hey, Lindsay, how you doing? But you know what the
Hi, I'm
thing
doing
is? A
good.
lot of people have the fear of losing control. You know, you lose control, and you know that's the main fear. Lindsay, do you agree with that? In a way.
I agree, and that definitely resonates with me. I don't like being completely out of control, whether it's physically or I guess you
Anything.
could call it mentally too,
Yeah,
because there can
anything
be.
really.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I'm going to say I do fear it. Do you, Cage?
What was that, Lindsay? Sorry, I missed that one.
Do you fear it?
I think that's a natural thing, but I've put myself in situations where you can't really control. You know, you can't really control. You have to let go. If not, you're gonna get fucking banished to the shadow realm. That's it. Now you're gonna get put into the void.
Well, there are consequences either way. If you face the fear, you're scared, and if you run away from it, you're scared.
Well, no, it's more about like the flow, right? It's like the water principle. Instead of water can erode surfaces through time, through concurrent flow in a way. You know, the water always flows. Water can destroy, but it's also, you know, you can flow with it in a way where you're kind of letting go of control, but it's not. Where you're looking at a different principle where you're flowing with it. You know, you're flowing into it in a way. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I'm not good at explaining it.
If you're talking about energy, it makes sense.
Yeah, and the energy kind of stuff. Yeah.
Was the machine lives going to get up here? Did I see that?
I don't know.
Oh,
he's in the chat. He's welcome to join, but he knows that.
Okay, good. Yeah, no hate from me, machine. If you wanted to come up, just saying.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, bringing this to where it was with the fear of the absence of control. That there's times there are times that is frightening, but finding the ability to be able to flow, recognizing that the experience is temporary, being able to adapt so that you preserve yourself, and then knowing that you can overcome or it can change.
And I think that has to do with having a proper structure, right? You need like a structure, a foundation, and after nothing can erode that. You know, you can go along with the shit, and it's fine. You're not going to be changed fundamentally. Yeah.
It's okay to be changed fundamentally, though, as well. I mean, in some ways, I shouldn't say that. I mean, just to offer disagreement, maybe. But this is what I've been learning sincerely is humility. There is a strength required for humility. And from my perspective, humility includes acceptance. That's the divine feminine quality. Maybe that's why
yeah, Jack, to push
Yeah.
back on that a little bit, like you're saying, yeah, you can change fundamentally, but that's your structure. That's your, so that means that
Yes.
that means it can be taken advantage of very easily.
Okay,
You know,
I see what
we
you're
can
saying.
run all sort of exploits on you. So
Yeah,
in that one.
you don't want to betray the truth of who you are. You don't want to betray your true principles or values, but it's everything is layers, and everything requires perspective and context. And sometimes one rule is absolutely appropriate for today, and another day maybe that's the day there's an exception. I don't know. I don't like saying it like that. Sorry, it sounds like a lack of inconsistency, but go ahead, Lindsay.
It made sense to me. I was going to ask you a little bit, but before I came on here, you were talking about dealing with enemies, and you were saying make them your allies, I think.
Yes.
And I want to ask you, just in general terms, no naming names, who are your enemies?
It's called the mirror and the reflection. I was also getting into this before. Go look in the fucking mirror. That's your enemy.
In a way,
Jack, is that what?
it is.
You have been in contention with a lot of different people here. Maybe not a lot, a couple, a few. Is that how you're looking at it that way? I'm asking out of curiosity. You maybe if you consider them enemies, you're looking at them with kindness and give them more chances, and make them or give them a chance to be your ally.
Yes.
Okay, now I understand something.
No, but either way, you're still, you're put into the game, and again, you can get exploited. Now you're, enemies or allies. What are you talking about? You're you, and you're going to deal with your shit regardless, no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Well,
there's no ifs, buts, or anything.
But is he not trying to seek control over an enemy?
Control yourself. Look in the mirror.
Well, I'm trying to tie okay, excuse me. Go ahead.
I'm actually as similar. I think I understood what you're saying, and yes, one of my ideas I picked up a long time ago is the question. It's given by Abraham Lincoln, allegedly, that if I turn an enemy into a friend, I mean, are there not two enemies eliminated in that case?
Can I say something, Talcott, though? But look, you see these words, right? These words is how they actually construct reality.
Right.
So
friends
if you have an enemy,
enemies.
you automatically have a friend. If you have a friend, you automatically have an enemy by proxy, right? Through the language that we use. So if you subconsciously, you make your own program, these fucking words become irrelevant. You have to be very careful with the words you use and all that.
Well, here's something, Cage. The downside where you and I struggle at is you insist on taking over the conversation. There was something I wanted to get out besides the criticism. Damn it.
Sorry for the interruption. It'll come back to you, Jack. My bad.
I was asking you about your specific enemies and not naming names.
Thank you. Actually, generically, and not to avoid your question, but generically, friend and enemy is a topic I kind of wanted to get into today. Because how do you know who is a friend and who is an enemy?
Jack, I want to say one last thing quickly. Do you think your friend / enemy starts with an M, ends with an R? Yeah. Or no? Not to name names. It's called
we're not naming names here.
Starts with an M, ends with an R.
You're saying mirror again.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we get that point for sure.
Well, I've been asking, how do you know who is a friend and who is an enemy? Because I've been viewed as an enemy by many, and it's something that's puzzled me. And I'm still dealing with these illusions. People who I still consider us friends. We were friends in the past. We can be friends in the future. And yet they see this veil. They have this veil that all they see is enemy, danger. So how do you know what is true?
And how come there's only? I'm not going to interrupt you again. Sorry.
Go ahead.
But then you're going to forget your thoughts.
No,
But then
please.
I'm worried that I'm going to forget mine. But what you're
Please.
saying is you started
Please.
first.
Please go ahead.
How come there's only those two choices, friend or enemy?
Good question. Good question. We've got another guest, and I want to invite and welcome him in. TBE, welcome. How are you today, brother?
Yo, what's up, Jack? How are you, sir?
Feeling refreshed. We're discussing.
Are we joyous today?
Pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Jack. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was bringing you up to speed, but please, if you've got
No, go ahead. Bring me up to speed. That's perfectly fine.
How's it going, toilet ball?
We were just.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Lindsay?
I just said hi.
Hello, Lindsay. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's great. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you.
We were just discussing the topics of enemies and friends. I was offering the question of how do you really know, and Lindsay offered back a good point. Why is there only the two options?
I'll just let you guys continue what you're doing.
And what is an enemy too? I mean, I know that I don't want to get too pedantic, and we have to define exactly what an enemy is. What I'm trying to get at is, it crosses the line. Where does the line cross? If a friend betrays you, can't you forgive them? Therefore, they're not an enemy. I mean, how do you? What exactly are enemies? People who refuse to forgive you? People who you refuse to forgive?
Well, I think the main question, if you go to the mirror thing we were talking about, do you forgive yourself, Talcott? In general, if you want to get to the end of it, do you forgive yourself?
I don't know if like forgiving yourself is the sort of thing. I think acknowledging you did something wrong is, I guess, is a form of doing that. You know, I think that's a way, I guess, would be, because I mean, forgiving.
Well, it's growth, right? It means you're not going to repeat the same mistake over and over again. Isn't that
right.
the definition of insanity?
Acknowledge...
doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right?
You yourself, you got to kind of admit to yourself that you did something wrong, and I think, I don't know about if you could really forgive yourself, but acknowledging that, I guess it's in the same sort of vein of what you're trying to accomplish, I guess, with forgiveness. But you really can't really forgive yourself. You can acknowledge
Why not
from that point.
You can acknowledge it, but you weren't aware of it. But now, if you continuously make the same,
it's sort of the same thing, it's sort of the same thing, but semantically, just it's not the same thing,
Well, as long as you can you can mark that in reality and change, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
doesn't mean you have to keep doing the same.
Isn't that what forgiveness is? Between two parties, when we're talking about ourselves.
Because most of the time you're your own worst enemy, and you're holding yourself back from most of this shit most of the time.
Cage, please notice you're taking over the panel and conversation.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll fall back. My bad.
Appreciate it. The idea of forgiveness, though, forgiveness of self. I mean, I didn't understand why Cage brought it back to me with the question.
I didn't say anything about you said the mirror. It's for everybody.
Right, but you brought it back. Have you forgiven the man in the mirror, Talcott? Well, why did you single it down to me? That's a question for everybody.
Why is everything a projection onto you? Life doesn't revolve around Talcott.
Cage, can you please stop? Can I get through a couple of points before you interrupt? Good grief, man. The question is valid for everyone. because forgiving the self sincerely, if God can forgive, if Jesus as the example can forgive, we can forgive, right? Anything he did, we can follow, right? We can't expect the same results, but we can offer the same steps, the same practice of forgiveness and prayers, love, compassion, especially to that child in the mirror. Some people are walking around with these big, tough, badass exteriors, and you can see they're just a scared little child inside, man. They don't know.
You were
They
gonna
don't know.
say scared little bitch for a second. I saw that.
I agree with that. People present themselves and have this performative personality about them that, there's a lot of issues going on beneath that nobody really knows or care to know, but people ultimately get affected by them when they come out in the worst way possible. When they're not checked, somebody's going to be a victim of it at some point.
How do you
Brother,
know when someone's your enemy? You never got to answer that.
well, I try not to see enemies anymore because the example I try to follow says to love your enemy. And if I'm loving enemies and friends and strangers and family, if I'm loving all, well, I can find ways to appreciate. And through appreciation, we can overcome the requirement for forgiveness. If that makes
See, no, you can get into. I know exactly what you're saying, but Talcott also goes into the higher self, if you want to call it that. Do you love yourself? Are you reliant on you?
yes.
Are you gonna fucking get the shit dealt with? That's really what it boils down to.
There is one self, right? There is one being of the present moment, and we are
Yes or no?
all
Do you love
part of
yourself,
that.
Talcott? Yes or no?
Yes, I love myself so much that I tolerate you.
That's right. Lovers are in Talcottia.
Well done, man. Well done.
Oh
So
man.
if you know who to embrace and accept, it's sort of like saying that person is an enemy. But you're saying because you're not thinking of them as an enemy, instead you're embracing and accepting them, you have no enemies. But
That's
do you see what can happen when
yes.
you do accept them?
Yes, and that brings up something someone said about you're exposing yourself, you're creating a vulnerability. But here's where the be wise part comes in. Recognize that truth, that bringing someone close to you who is proven to be untrustworthy, right, just means you got to pay close attention. You just got to minimize the damage that can be done as the best you can. But if you can imagine the potential to be found by creating peace with an adversary, and then not only that, but being able to capture your adversary's talents and bring those into balance with your own, and dude, because you learn a lot from those you battle. God has created with me a pretty smart dude.
You had a little bit of a malevolent laugh there.
Well, people, of course he does, but they have what they call, the shadow or the demons or demons, and I'm looking at the chat there. Well, you know what that is in computing, right? In computing, a demon is a process that works in the background without the user's input. It's a part of the program. It's a subconscious program, really.
It's fascinating. I mean, that would be another explanation of the way things are. The truth has many different layers, and things just keep being duplicated and revealed. There's patterns to all things. Our God, our Creator, the one that allows us to experience these moments, man, there's much to praise, much to be grateful for. There's so much to appreciate, not only from what we experience, but being able to learn from and through others. This talk of the enemy, here's something I've been toying around, because the sermon today was talking about the enemy that Christians face, which is the devil, that which opposes God's love. So the true enemy we face, like Cage is saying, it's in the mirror, because if we allow ourselves to be deceived, we become trapped. We become trapped in our own deceptions, in our own confusion, and then we'll spread that around. But freedom comes from the truth. The truth, becoming empowered with the truth. Once you know the truth of yourself, of what is going on, once you know the truth, it's easy to know the lies, easy to spot the lies.
I have a comment about that.
Please.
How does, without getting into, there's a big echo in here. Someone has mic on or something? Okay, it went away. Without getting into epistemology, because that's a pain in the you-know-what, how do you decipher what is true? And I'm asking that in a very, I'm asking that in a very honest way, because I personally believe that no one can actually know the truth. It's kind of more like what's true for you.
And
so
yeah,
I was going to ask
I
everybody
agree.
on the panel too.
Yeah, I agree with that, Lindsay. I know what you're getting into, and I actually brought it up earlier, right? It's all about the language that we use. This is how the mind control in the program works, right? So if you use this word truth, that means there's automatically by proxy a false, right? A lie.
Yeah.
So, so it's fucking bullshit either way. Get out of these words and that.
What? How does that make any sense? What do you mean words? Words are distinctions.
They're just words. It's about action, you know?
Okay, they're just words. Why are you speaking then?
Well, because we have to communicate. But either way.
Okay, so there we go.
Right.
Okay.
But what time is it right now?
Continue,
look at the
sir.
clock.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Look at the clock. What time is it, man? Look at the clock right now and tell me what time it is.
It's time to answer the question.
So pretty much what if I want.
Yo, bro, words are bullshit. But I'm gonna explain that using words. That's hilarious. But continue, bro.
Well,
go ahead.
I can answer that question.
Go ahead.
Please, iPhi, if you've got the.
So we start with philosophy, and then we build upon our science and religion, and then we eventually arrive at truth.
Wait,
I don't
what?
want to hear that. Those are all theories until you bring it into action. Okay, it's thought, emotion, and action. Let me see some action.
I was going to discuss this the other day, but Rand scared me away because he thought I was too retarded to participate. So
you can't talk to a person like that, because that person is he has a one-upper personality. He thinks he knows more than anybody. Nobody can teach him.
What
these
you
people
just
are a
said.
dime a dozen. So.
Oh, ouch.
By the way, Jack, I don't want to hijack or derail, but I was talking bad about you on another stream, so I wanted to give you a chance to talk directly, but I'll wait until y'all are done with the current conversation before I bring
you
that
guys
up.
are over here to dig into Jack and fuck with him, obviously. It's very obvious. So what are you gonna get out of it?
But Lindsay, I would start with philosophy.
Wait, am I doing that? I'm sorry, what are you saying?
Oh wait, am I doing that?
Cage,
this is the guy that said that words don't mean anything. Okay, man. Like, you don't make any sense, man.
No, I'm talking about action.
You're drifting off into psychobabble.
Your actions reveal you.
Disengage, please. Thank you, brother.
Can I have a shot at it, Brother Jack?
You're answering the question of how do you know the truth?
Right.
Beautiful. Please do, John. Welcome.
I see truth as the perspective of the person who's been here the longest. So God's been here the longest, so it's his opinion. Truth is the opinion of the one who's here the longest. And then if you don't have that, you don't have order. Because you won't have elders that can tell kids what to do. You won't have nothing.
How are
That's
you going to know
interesting.
God's truth? I mean, there's a Bible, which is pretty much debatable. There's a Quran. There's many books that
You
tell
just
you.
ask him.
I'm
What
just.
brainwash program do you want to fucking suits you the best? Okay,
Can
what do
I?
you want?
So
like-
wait, what brainwash program did you take, Cage? Your own perception?
The mirror.
How is your perception
I took the mirror. I
impervious
looked in the mirror.
impervious
Look-
to grooming,
Why don't you
impervious
do
to
me a
outside
favor,
influence?
I'll give you homework. Go
Yeah,
right now to the closest
explain
mirror
how
and
you're
look in your
a
own eyes.
special boy. Explain to us how you're a special boy that's
Go look in the
impervious.
mirror. If you can do it for over 30 seconds, then
Oh, so you want me to go
talk.
look in the mirror, stare in the mirror like some weird fucking hyper
Just
autist?
stare
Okay,
in the
that's
mirror
how I
with your
get
own
the
eyes.
truth. That's how I get the truth. That's
Yes,
amazing, bro.
exactly.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Look.
hey, Lindsay, I have an
Enjoy
idea. So remember how I mentioned science as a gateway between philosophy and religion?
Yes.
Why not try it before you
Okay,
dismiss it? Why don't
so
you try it?
use the analogy of that tool. So ask the same question. How do we arrive at the truth about like physical things? Like, is the earth flat or round? Like, how do we know what the truth is?
We don't. Right.
No, what
We
I
don't- we
do is
debate
I
it.
look in the mirror for a while and then I figure everything out. That's pretty much how you do it. And then
You've never done it. though. You can't even
basically
do it.
I
You
come
can't
to the
face the fucking
conclusion. I come to the conclusion that words don't mean anything, even though I'm using words to communicate this simple truth apparently. But I don't know. What do I know?
Do you see the problem here? None of us can agree really on what the truth is either. So
I-
the
Oh,
question-
well, hold on, hold on,
You
hold
never
on.
said that.
Lindsay,
You're off. You're fucking.
Lindsay,
spewing-
Lindsay, hold on. Let's see if that's true.
But the truth about
Um,
what? You got to be a little bit more specific.
hold
let's
on.
let's stop generalizing
Test,
things.
hey, test
okay.
our claim real quick.
Let's get
test
into specifics. What
Hey,
what
toilet.
specifically do you want to talk
How
about?
Toilet.
about before you guys insist she change the question, I'd like an opportunity to try and answer myself, because it's an important question and that's something I've been asking myself and trying
You're
to
never
figure-
gonna get a real answer out of these people.
Cage,
Talcott. Sorry for interrupting.
what is the
I was gonna say, just give me Cage's slot for a second.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank God you
I'm-
have the sense of humor.
I'm taking off.
messing around.
I'm
Tommy,
not
okay?
gonna
Don't
I'm
flag
not
yourself
gonna
in the
be up
face or
here. I
fucking-
gotta go walk my dog while sun,
Enough.
but I'm tired of this. It's globe. I've proven it. On my last show, we watched the jet footage of the jet that can go up out of the atmosphere. There's the curve. It's a real video of guys in a jet. When I get back, I'm gonna panel up. Everybody's free to come over and come get some of this globe. This globe truth. Come on,
Hey.
come all.
Okay,
globe
so
truth.
that's
Tommy,
one.
Tommy,
that's
can I
one
ask you
vote
something?
for Globe. I
Tommy,
also vote
Tommy,
that
can
the
I ask
Earth
You
you
is
guys
something?
are fucking retarded. No offense.
Tommy,
I
can
gotta
I-
run back.
Tommy, let me ask you something real
brother.
quick before you go.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Is it possible that both can it be simultaneous that flat and globe are both, or basically what I'm saying is could
No.
both things be true, like they're both false, and what
I
they're
would
projecting
say
what where
absolutely,
we live is false.
positively not.
Okay.
No.
Because
Okay. I
I've
was
even
just
gone
curious.
on. I've even moved on to it's not about flat globe. It's if you globe deny, you wrong. I don't care if you think it's
And
crater.
it's not one of those 6-9 delusions where
Oh,
it matters
boy.
which way you're reading it from. It's
Right. It's like
definitely
it is
round.
globe.
You always go back.
All
into your
planets are
fucking-
globe, and everything else is wrong. to
Okay,
say
so there's
anything else.
two votes for Globe. Do we have?
No, not a vote. Not a vote. There's two people telling you the truth.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
And
we
then
need
there's
to-
one
trying.
people.
I'm voting for the
Tommy,
mirror.
I'm
I
trying to
think
make
we
a
need to
point.
stop body shaming the earth. You know what I'm
Tommy.
saying? This is getting out of control, man.
I was just
My
trying to
boy
make.
Kaluma Tommy.
This is comical.
Option,
Jack,
different option.
Jack, you come later too if you're not squared away on this globe thing.
I was
I know
trying
what
to
I
make
have to
a
do now.
point for
I know what I
Lindsay
have to
because
do.
she asked, "How can we know the truth?" And I think we're getting closer to it, maybe. So there's two.
Well, Jack
votes
was going to
for
answer,
Globe.
but we interrupted him like 15 times. Let's
So-
hear what,
So
what was
can
he
we
gonna-
arrive at it? Can we all agree in this room that it's a globe? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, there's Lindsay's. There's 3 votes. Anyone else want to chime in?
Jack,
vote for
I
the
think
mirror.
I think I like that graphic you have on the screen, but your head needs to explode.
Is that a yes or a no?
That would
on
really
globe?
pop it off really well, I think.
Is that a yes or a no
Just between
on
me and you.
globe Earth? I don't
Mirror
speak,
projection,
I don't speak
Hey,
for
electromagnetic
iPhi.
these.
hologram.
Hey,
Yeah.
iPhi,
Yeah.
iPhi,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're looking at the screen or not, but I wish you could read the room.
Oh, sorry. We'll wait.
Yeah, thank you. So the conversation we were having, which, what is the shape of the world? Well, what is the relevance to me? What is the relevance to the conversation? Conversation was, how do you know the truth? And that really is an important question. So what I found, it requires trust. Anything we know is a trust. We trust we know that. We think we know. We believe we know. We feel like we know. But it comes down to a trust. And this world doesn't profit from trust. It profits from fear.
Then
Yep.
it's wrong.
Well,
And
it could be a lot of
what do you
it could
guys?
be a
What,
lot
what
of
do you,
things.
hold
you
on.
know?
What is you guys' obsession with the fucking shape of the Earth? It's a dodecahedron, and I'll tell you why, because I created it.
Well, you can tie it
Oh
into
my
the
God.
fact that
Dude,
we're
is this guy
debating
unhinged or what?
Holy
how could you know the truth, right?
I'm sorry,
No,
Lindsay.
no,
Go
no.
ahead.
Trust me.
How do you
I created it.
here? The truth. Here's
Right,
what
right,
I've
right.
considered.
Yeah.
Here's what I've considered about the truth. It really does come from within. What we will, like, if we have a question, we're going to keep asking the question until we find an answer that resonates, that sits right within ourselves. And so it's a feeling. And the way I imagine it is the spirit of the all-knowing, the Father, the Creator, it is within us already. And so we're here to explore, and we are energetic beings exploring energies and different states.
Amen, brother Talcott. Fire he wants to know if he's allowed to restream your stream
Yes.
here.
Yes. Any
There you go.
free,
Okay,
You
thanks.
got the green light.
please.
Courtesy. Okay.
Thank
thanks.
you for asking too.
Where were you going to hit that home?
I think that I don't know.
Okay, you were saying truth is something that you can feel in your gut, that
Yes.
it resonates, that it feels a certain way. And you were
Yes.
saying that's how you can decipher truth from, I guess, delusion.
Yes. It is a feeling, and this is the part where we've got to learn how to trust the knowing within ourselves. I mean, our senses are there as like a guidance system. The feelings, they're indicators. They're not there to control us and dictate where we go or who we interact with. They're there to understand so we can interpret and navigate ourselves, well, on the path that we're supposed to, I guess.
This whole thing has been cyclical because you were talking about people being, you and Cage were talking about people being afraid of change. And then in order to change, you must have trust. And you can only know the truth when you have trust. But they all rely on each other.
Yes. That's the key to understanding, is that in the end, there is a connection to all things. We imagine these big separations between whatever. It's all really, it's a matter of mind and perspective. In the end, what really matters? What really matters beyond this, as far as the shape of the earth, or who's doing what in what nation or what government, what really matters each day is what we think, what we feel, what we say, and what we do.
Yeah, your actions.
I mean, Jack, you don't think?
And
You
think
don't
about the word matter.
Jack, you
right?
don't think feelings can be deceptive?
Hold
You
on.
don't think
Think about the
you
word.
don't think
Think
your
about the
emotions
word
can
matter.
deceive you?
It's all
Do you
a
think?
program,
Do you
a
think?
conscious
Do you think
program. What
anger can
matters to
deceive?
you?
Cage,
Oh
hold
my
on.
goodness.
It's going to create matter.
Cage,
Oh
hold
my
on.
goodness. It's just like psychobabble nonsense. I don't know what this guy's talking about, man. But I'm asking you, Jack, you don't think like
Look in the mirror.
you know,
Figure it out.
emotions are part of feelings, right? So like emotions can definitely make somebody make the wrong decision, right?
Yes.
It's not really trustworthy though, right? Like what we feel sometimes is off kilter. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that?
Yes.
So
So
sometimes we can't really trust sometimes ourselves with when we have these emotions. Emotions shouldn't be something that we like, okay, this is how I determine something to be true. You know, it just seems a little wonky. I don't
Then
know.
use
okay,
I'm not
well,
logic.
trying to be offensive.
do you want to understand or just continue to consider it wonky? Because
Okay. No,
read
I
these
just
things
wanted to
for a
finish my
reason.
statement, Jack. Just you can
Okay.
retort. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm not trying
Well,
to be
I'm
rude.
sorry if I interrupted. If
No,
you
you're
got
fine,
more.
brother. Go ahead.
This came up in this idea I'm going to share. It came up in a Bible study I was a part of. There's a quote, and I don't remember exactly where, but when you come to the crossroads, seek the ancient wisdom. Well, how do you know what the ancient wisdom is? Well, within us, our instincts bring forth feelings within us to direct us. Our spirit guides us. So the emotions, until we understand our emotions, they can be very confusing, and the emotions can take over our logic. But the key is to bring balance between the mind and the feelings, so that one side isn't just controlling. I hope that makes sense. The ancient wisdom is it's the
Yeah, I
instinct.
understand what you're saying. I mean, that's sort of a perfect storm situation, though, if someone's in the right situation. But on a day-to-day basis, do you think regular people or just normal people can really rely on their feelings for any sort of truth? You know what I mean? Do you think that feelings have something to do with like instinct and awareness?
That's a damn good question. In today's society, I believe we've been conditioned to ignore our instincts, ignore our feelings in order to logically obey and conform to fit in.
I
But the,
agree. I agree with that. I think where our people's emotions have been largely targeted, you know,
yes,
and that's exactly the point I was trying to make with you, Jack, is that like people's emotions are targeted, therefore it makes them do things that they wouldn't do otherwise that don't benefit them. You know what I'm saying? Like emotions are
yeah,
such a easily thing that's targeted so that like
Well,
you know what I'm saying.
when you rely on your gut, toilet bowl, isn't that relying on emotions too? It's just a different word for it.
Well,
Kind
I
of.
mean, I personally don't rely on my gut, you know what I mean? I sort of have a framework personally for myself, unless I'm like out in the wilderness, you know, like I'm doing that whole thing. I don't know.
You can still rely on intuition and still be
You know,
logical and reasonable.
I mean, my gut was working when I was
That was a
in,
good point.
you know, my gut was working. When I was in Alaska, you know, watching out for bears and moose. You know what I mean? That I guess in that situation, yeah, my gut would be
So, Lindsay, did
probably
I
the
answer your question or
most
did I
appropriate.
fail? I'm still waiting for a
The
response.
truth, or how do you decipher truth from uh, delusions, or the one about having the ability to trust your gut and have emotions and use logic all at the same time?
I didn't bring gut or feelings into it, but
I
maybe
equated both. I
maybe I
equated it.
can maybe I can go ahead and spoil the ending with Jack. I was gonna wait till later, but I'll go ahead and tell you the answer now, Jack. The bad things I said about you on another stream was you probably kind of know me by now. I think we talked like one time before. But I'm very dogmatic and religious. I'm sure you've picked up by now. And from the few times I've talked to you and listened to some of your streams, you strike me as the spiritual but not religious type. Would that be a good description? Okay. So the reason why I felt like it wouldn't be fair for us to engage anymore is because I'm basically going to try and destroy everything you say constantly, because the problem with the whole spiritual but not religious movement is we get into these discussions about feelings and emotions and like interpretations and a bunch
mhm.
I
of
mean, yeah, I'm gonna
words.
have to agree with this guy
These
for
things
real.
like feelings that everyone
Unfortunately,
has,
it's true.
you have to deal with them.
Let me know
So
when I get to feedback.
So
Go ahead.
even though you probably won't enjoy listening to me and Toilet Bowl go at it about which dogma is better and stuff like that, I understand your perspective, but I feel like you're not really even entering the combat arena because you're like kind of becoming a centrist, you know,
At this point, you might as well hang up all your shit to your
like
fucking
a
low
vague,
level.
you
You're
know,
done.
like,
You're literally
well,
done. There's no
God
fucking
is
chasing
whatever
it.
you feel like it is. We can't really describe God. We can't know him. Truth is whatever you feel like it is.
But he
I
gets
mean,
to
I
be
hate to
himself.
agree.
So you
I'm
look in the
sorry,
mirror.
but
He gets to think
that's
like,
what it sounds like to me sometimes. For real.
Yeah,
for real.
that's what I was getting at, Jack. So if you heard any negative words from me about you on other streams, that's what it was.
why are you proud of
Why
being
you're
a
on a stream talking about other things you said to somebody about them on another stream? You're
Yeah,
retarded.
Cage, and you're
Fucking
interrupting my
retarded.
opportunity to respond. Would you fucking read the room and check
Dude,
yourself?
Yeah,
he's
this guy
eager.
just never really shuts up. Like, why do we
I'm
need
gonna
to
have
hear
to, I'm
what you
gonna
have
have
to
to say
say?
it.
Why
You're over
why
here.
are you chiming in on literally everything? Why can't you just shut up, man?
It's
Maybe
a
he's
lesson
angry.
you can
You have
learn
nothing to.
starting
You're
right
not doing
now.
anything good. I could see you're disingenuous. I can see it from the get go. Enough.
Cage.
Maybe you should stare in the mirror so a little bit longer.
Why don't you do it?
I think you're not, it's not helping you at this point.
All right, we'll see.
oh God.
iPhi.
Yes,
I'd like
sir.
so what I heard you say, I appreciate you offering what I may or may not find. Okay. I appreciate the forewarning, but listening to you, what I heard you saying is that, based on what one conversation, perhaps, and if it was a conversation, it was probably amongst the chaos. It wasn't actually a real direct exchange.
Sure.
So based on that and your assumptions on me, you're prepared to go build these straw man arguments of what you predict I'll say.
No, that's why I came to your stream.
Okay.
I want
That's
you
what I
to
hope to
steel
what I
man
hope
your
to read.
case. I
All
want you to
right.
steel man your view and correct me if I was wrong in anything I guessed at.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Because here, the question you asked regarding spiritual or religious,
Right.
could be answered many different ways. Okay. I'm very religious about my faith, devotion, and dedication to God, to divinity, to the truth. So I'm very religious in my behavior. Now, do I conform to the traditions that other people have accepted? Not necessarily. Many I incorporate into my practices, but by choice, not by religion. Does that make sense?
Yes, but like I said, in order for us to arrive at the truth, eventually we're going to have to start sacrificing each other sacred cows. And so the problem with spiritual but not religious people is they don't have a sacred cow to slay. And so by
What sacred cow would be required? What do you mean?
well, for example, you have a person in the room called Machine Lies. His sacred cow is Muhammad. And so Toilet Bowl Earth, his sacred cow is probably the Eastern Bishop or something, I'm guessing.
No,
Am I
but
correct?
see,
No,
Toilet doesn't
no,
pray to
no.
the bishop, and I don't pray to Muhammad, so that's wrong.
No. I
Are you
believe in-
Orthodox, Toilet Bowl?
Right.
Yes, I'm Eastern Orthodox.
Right, but they don't pray to the guy. Like they don't.
Yeah, we don't pray to the bishop. No, sir. We pray
Who's
to
the highest ranking person in your
we pray to
religion?
Jesus, who sends our prayers to the
See,
Father. So
iPhi, you've got these false ideas of others, and you're running around with this arrogance. It's quite perplexing.
Okay, so Machine Lies the Muslim doesn't answer to Muhammad. That I have a false
that part
lie,
is a little weird.
arrogance.
He says he doesn't
You said-
follow Muhammad.
Well, you said.
but that's
Well,
what-
hold on. Let
That's
me
what
answer
Muslims
about,
are supposed to do.
Can I
They're
answer
supposed
about
to-
Islam without this dickhead interrupting me?
They're supposed to follow Muhammad.
Or is this guy the
Please,
expert on
please.
Islam? Shut the fuck up for a second.
Please.
Okay.
Please
yeah.
don't be
In
insulting.
Islam, we don't pray to Muhammad, but we follow the teachings of Muhammad. So second time you said we follow the teachings. The first time you said he's a sacred cow. So you made two different
You've said you
statements.
don't follow Muhammad. You don't follow the prophet.
Who gives a
You've said
fuck
that.
what you think?
What,
I
No, but
answered his question.
It's not about what I think. It's about what you've
Guys,
said.
what are
You
I
we
know. I
said-
answered his question.
What
It's over.
You
are we-
literally no. Are you going to deny it? Are you going to deny you?
Let's resolve one disagreement at a time. iPhi,
Yes, sir.
What did you understand from what the machine lies?
I think they were both upset that I've oversimplified
no,
their
he's-
religions.
No,
Could
he's
be.
upset about how I talked about my own beliefs. Apparently,
I think it's a false representation that iPhi offered, to be honest. And so for you to say they're triggered, okay, maybe insulted by the misrepresentation. So do you care to know what is true?
Sure, I'm ready.
All right. So where do we go from here? Because you've presented, interestingly, you initially started critical of me with the forewarning to insult me, and then you seem to have also
I can
brought up
insult
an
everybody.
opposition.
That's easy.
Hey,
That's
listen,
not
iPhi, I
hard.
wasn't insulted by anything you said, by the way. It was
Okay,
just
thanks.
clarification. It's whatever. It's fine.
Super.
So-
Then we're on the same page then, correct?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
fine.
Well,
Go for it.
Okay.
You were
So
getting
there's
into
one.
the
There's one, Jack.
sacred-
There's one truth for you. I got one truth
Okay,
out of him.
so-
So let's
so what-
stick with machine. Did I misrepresent your religion by saying that Muslims follow Muhammad?
You said he was a sacred cow, my friend. That's not
Yes,
the statement you
he
made.
is the greatest prophet in your religion, correct?
That's a different statement than making somebody a sacred cow.
Oh
That's
my
in the
goodness. Can this
Bible.
guy answer a direct question or what?
Okay.
Are you retarded? I answered it twice. Maybe you didn't hear
Is
the
he
answer.
is he not the perfect example in Islam?
Does that make somebody a sacred cow?
Okay,
Yes,
look at him.
that's
Look
the
out.
whole
Look
point
at
of
You want me to read a
cow.
false statement about some shit?
Look
because
at
you're
him
a
not
Muslim?
answer the question.
Well,
Hold on.
You
Hold
pray to the priest?
Hold
What
on.
is-
Hold on for a second. Machine.
What a
What a stupid little
facile
bitch.
fucking what a
Machine.
facile understanding.
Machine, just listen to me for a second, please.
That's
Machine.
how understanding. All right.
Machine.
Yeah. You're talking about Christianity, but you don't know the 10 Commandments. Apparently,
Machine, he's not
that's
listening.
how
Hold on.
understanding.
Wait,
We can
wait.
compare understandings
Machine
later.
life.
Calm
Please.
down. Calm down,
Thank
dude.
you, brother.
Okay,
Please.
so when I said
Sorry.
sacred
I was
cow,
I'm addressing two people at once, by the way.
no,
I
just
realize
machine,
that,
just
and
me,
I've
just
gotten
address me.
TBE out. So please.
So machine, when I said sacred cow, I'm referring to every religion has like their highest icon, like the frame sacred cow comes from like Hinduism, where they worship
Okay.
cows and stuff like that. So
iPhi, yes, and please, what is your purpose of trying to find a representative of religion to call it insultingly a sacred cow? I mean, so what is the point?
the point is, the reason why a lot of humans can't engage in civil discussion is because the moment you slay their sacred cow, then it's like war. They
Okay.
stop listening to you and they start yelling and screaming and foaming at the mouth.
All right. So Wi-Fi, listen to
Yep.
listen to what I'm confused by you now then, because
Okay.
if that's true, that the sacred cow would be like a weakness of having a discussion. Why are you alleging it's a problem that I don't have a sacred cow? And just because you claimed it doesn't mean it's not true. So what is your point? I'm not sure what you're attempting, what you've convinced yourself, what you think you're going to achieve.
It's the disruption. It's to fuck with people. You're a retard.
Kind of what I'm getting.
Enough.
Oh, so you think I'm here just to troll people? Is that what you're saying?
You're trying to troll, and it's low
Cage,
level. You're
Cage.
fucking stupid.
Cage.
It's funny.
I'd rather hear iPhi explain.
So, Jack, the reason why I was pointing out the difference between religious people and just spiritual but not religious people is religious people have doctrines and dogmas that you can address and you can critically, criticize and question and all that sort of thing. But when you remain vague and don't really say exactly what you believe or why you believe it, then there's nothing to address or attack. You're just speaking.
From this day forward, the reality's been shifted. Good luck.
Cage, again, you are presenting a false narrative. So sure, the illogical conclusions you're offering, yeah, that makes no sense. But dude, how about you try and have a conversation with me?
I
What
am right
is
now.
what is your question?
I didn't have a
Hey,
question for you yet. That's why I said I didn't want to derail your
Mr.
conversation.
Talcott, Mr. Talcott, can you kick this faggot from the back before
Wow.
he's talking about my wife in the private chat? Can you just kick him from the back? Thank you. I don't need to be sitting here listening to that while I'm on the show. Thank you.
I agree.
So, like I said, religion's a touchy subject with some people, so that's why you got to
Okay,
enter
so
these
are you
things carefully.
describing yourself?
Oh, sure, I'll tell you about my religion, and I'll even offer my sacred cow for you to destroy if you have a better one. And so that's the way I arrive at truth.
You're
It's
fucked, buddy. I'm telling you, you're fucked now. Watch what happens to you.
No, stop. I mean, if there's an opportunity to find resolve and agreement, let's find it.
Okay, so Lindsay was asking about truth earlier, and so since we can arrive at truth through methods known as science and religion, religion is why I am a fan
Is
of that
this
tool.
guy gonna hang around here in the back, or what is going on here?
TML, I got it. You don't, I mean,
So Lindsay, this is the point I was trying to make: is we can arrive at truth, and we can, do it systematically and logically and reasonably. We sometimes have to use intuition and faith, but that's where it starts getting messy, and so that's why you have to be extra careful with those
Well,
ideas.
if you're thinking in terms of things you can debate and argue with, and you need them to be in clean little tidy boxes so that you can tear apart the logic this way or that way, you have to keep in mind that spirituality and religion and personal beliefs are individual to each person. Just because
But that's
it's
your
like,
contribution to the knowledge set, and I have a different view that I can
I know
offer,
you
and then
called
we can
yourself
compare.
dogmatic. You called
Right.
yourself, and
I am
so
I
I was
am I
wondering
am a
why
dogmatic round earther, for example. I'm very dogmatic about it. I
being
don't.
dogmatic isn't necessarily a good trait.
Yes,
Because
it
for a
can be if
conversation,
you
if you want
have
a good
arrived at truth.
conversation,
It can be if you want to go around the internet arguing with people for no reason.
So
getting nothing
Lindsay,
out
I'm
of it.
very
Yeah.
dogmatic that 1 + 1 = 2. I'm not going to sit here and debate it with you. So I'm very
I just think you're
dogmatic.
misusing the word dogmatic here.
No,
But
that's
okay,
that's what it means. It means when you're like,
dogmatic means to me that you shove your opinion in other people's faces as the
definitely.
right way to think.
Yes, when someone tells me 1 + 1 = purple, I'm very
hey,
dogmatic
iPhi,
about it.
right.
Okay.
And
But
you're
when-
deflecting, you're not even engaging in discussion. You're presenting
Right.
quite the agent of chaos, which is what Cage was pointing out earlier. So
Oh yeah, I've been using that
I
title
know
lately.
you're full of denial and excuses, and I'd love to have a conversation. As a
No, he
matter of
admitted
fact,
it. He said he knows. He said he's doing it on purpose. He said it. The fuck?
A conversation is a give and take of ideas and exchanges, right? It's not a didactic thing where I'm standing here in front of you telling you, here's what you should believe and here's the truth because they
right.
said so. That's not a conversation. That's me telling you,
So
talking at you, not to you.
sometimes I've observed talking to humans that the outcome can be both are wrong, or sometimes one person is right. Very seldom are they both right when they disagree with
If
each
the
other.
debate is agreed upon and we want to say, hey, whose sacred cow is better or something like that, but I don't think that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how do you decipher reality from delusions, from
The same
being
way we decipher truth in philosophy and truth in science. We do it by process and probability and assurity.
Okay, sorry, Jack.
He stepped away for a
He was
second.
trying to talk. Yeah. Well, I just, I disagree, and everything I just threw at you, I felt like fell on empty ears, because you're saying this is right and this is wrong. This is not necessarily a debate room so much as it is conversation. I just said that, and I don't feel like it. I should quit saying feel. I don't think it's sunk into your brain.
Okay.
We're not here to say whose sacred cow is best or prove all the dynamics and beliefs and spirituality and religion and philosophy, etc., in your faith so that I can debunk it. We're not here to
Right.
do that.
That was my original point to Jack, but he's not in the room right now,
No,
so
but
I'll wait
fine.
till
You're
he
not.
comes back.
Let's be fucking honest here. You're not here for an actual conversation. You're here to stir the pot and get a little attention, your little dopamine receptors hit like a retard. That's all you're doing. Simple with your
If you
little
want
butt
me to
buddy
be
tour.
honest, I haven't listened to a single word you've said, so if that helps.
I've got perfect. Perfect. Go look in the mirror.
I actually like
So
it that you're here, Fly.
okay,
I like it that you're here because you think differently.
okay.
But I'm going to shut up now so Jack can talk.
Hey,
Thank
Jack.
you. And actually, I'm going to ask for patience from all of you guys. All right, iPhi.
Yes, sir.
We can have a conversation, because rather than accept the way you were described by Cage, which I think it could be said is accurate, I want to be more trusting, more accepting, more faith filled, as I claim to be. So, in other words, I trust there's a reason you're here, and it's not to be disruptive. I'll even present you showed with somewhat of honor, saying, "Hey, Jack, I've come to these ideas. I probably intend to be talking about you. So rather than have you find out elsewhere, I'm here to let you know."
Yeah, I said that very clearly from
Yep.
the get-go.
And I can honor that. I can respect that. So doesn't mean I agree with the conclusion. So what can we do to find more resolve? I'm open to discussing my faith, my practice, what I call religion.
What is your religion? Can you tell me?
It's love.
Okay, so do you have a source in which you can show other people where you gained this knowledge from?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that?
In the end, everything I learned, someone brought it up earlier. It might have been you, about the path to knowing is my own path. I went through science. Science took me into the mind sciences, philosophies. The different philosophies brought me through the different religions. And in the end, I discovered God through my love and fascination for the sciences. And then everything ended up bringing me, I used to call myself a student of the Buddha, but it brought me to understand the love of the Christ. So to answer your question, the Bible
I
is
think you told me this before, that you weren't really exactly a Christian, but you were open to Christianity, but you're also half Buddhist and, half Taoist or whatever, just a little bit of this and that. And so I think that's where I was kind of fearing having this discussion, because again, with the dogma and the doctrine and the, black and white logic and reason, I would ask questions like, do you value the teachings of Buddha more than Jesus, or do you think Jesus and Buddha are equal spirits and knowledge and wisdom and spirituality?
Those are good questions. Here's my view on it, though, is they were both divine messengers in their own way, at their own time, in their own place. And through their role of divine messengers, if we're going to do comparisons, I do trust in the Bible, the perfection of the prophecy, and the role that Yeshua, Jesus, played. It was not just a teacher or becoming an enlightened being. His role served many different. His life and death served, and resurrection served the purpose of many, many different things for humanity as a whole.
Which God do you believe in? And please be as specific as you can be in your own words.
Well, there is one Godhead, one supreme source of the universe, the cosmos, all of time and space. There is one. Jesus called it the Father. I align with that, but its name, it can't, it's beyond names, it's beyond definitions.
Is it a person or a deity?
It's a power, a force. It's beyond what we might comprehend or understand. And that's why God gave to the world its son, the messenger, the perfected one, so that we might know how God sees the children of this world, which is all of us. God sees us all with love, with mercy, with compassion, with faith.
The reason why I asked, because there's a difference between the Christian father and the cosmic wheel, and so I was trying to figure out which one you lean more towards. Are you familiar with the Hindu Buddhist cosmic wheel? It's not a god, it's more like a entity that we all become one with and whatever, but it's not a person.
It's a concept. Yeah, it's a conceptual description of existence. There's many concepts and many theories and many different explanations. The truth is divine. The truth is mystical, magical. That's why it is a true blessing to be able to experience life so that the truth may be known with us, through us, for us. God is the truth.
Do you think a human, other than including yourself, is a good descriptor or knowledge of God? Like, who do you think knows God the best, if not yourself?
There's been many teachers, including modern day teachers I've been learning from. One of my favorites of today is John St. Julian. I mention him often in the videos. His life is an example as well. Guy's starting an orphanage in Tanzania, rescuing disabled children, and he's doing some amazing work, and at the same time creating videos offering beautiful explanations of God's love, and his knowledge of scripture is far stronger than mine.
Are you familiar with the blind monks and the elephant analogy? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Jack Talcott are all equal monks, equally trying to understand the elephant?
No, I don't claim to possess the understanding of anyone other than myself. I have humbly with, my hopes that I have the same devotion and trust that Jesus showed, but I don't know.
So you think those other three gentlemen are more knowledgeable than you? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think we each have our own awareness. I mean, there's many, like Sadhguru, Shunyamurti. There's many others alive today, mystics and spiritual teachers.
But would you say they're all equal monks in the same picture?
It depends on what's the standard. The ability to teach, the ability to
know God, to know who or what God is.
Oh, all of us have the same ability. All of us have the same capacity. Now, whether we have the same awareness, that's the distinction. How much?
I'm including all the above. Knowledge, understanding, awareness. If you had to put all of them in one giant umbrella, that's what I'm asking. Like,
all right, it was Jesus, the Buddhas, the yogis, and Jack,
and Muhammad and Lao Tzu.
All the. I would assume the greatest example would probably be Jesus, Yeshua, but
that's the question that I needed you to answer, because that's why I said if you enter a room and talk to a man who claims they are all equal, including Joseph Smith and L. Ron Hubbard, I can't take you seriously. And so that's
Okay.
the problem I was having. And I didn't want to find out that was your answer.
Okay. No,
That's what I was
with
afraid
those
of.
examples, I fully understand. You know, yes, I truly trust and believe that the perfected example was Jesus and that the words he spoke were only the truth. And so I started looking at his words as though they were true for me. And then if they're true for me, then what does that mean? Well, it means I'm here to serve.
That means you have at least one point of reference that we can consider and
Okay.
and compare and contrast with other views. Thank
All
you,
right.
Thank you, Jack Talcott, for answering my question, correcting me when I was wrong, because I kind of wrongly assumed you were one of these spiritual but not religious people that can't answer any religious questions because it's all about feelings and interpretations, and you don't actually have a view that I can address. So I
Well,
was wrong, and I apologize.
iPhi, I thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to bring these other guests.
Yeah, bring the other clowns back in so that we can have a little circus.
Hey, no clown here, bro. I'm feeling you.
So
You
now,
were
Lindsay, do you
tolerated.
better understand
You
my position, or are
you
we
were
still
tolerated.
unclear?
Hey, you just did your thing. Let me give you some props. Hopefully you'll show up to the Globe Royal Rumble. You just had Jack tolerate telling him what he will not tolerate from me time after time after time. All I've ever said is, Jack, just don't call yourself a Christian. Say you're a new age guru. I'll let you flow. But when you say you're a Christian and then do it wrong, I have to step up and be like,
Yeah,
sorry,
dude,
that's not
we
what
got
we believe.
standards.
That's not what we do.
I've often said I don't like associating myself or identifying myself as a Christian yet.
Except for when you do.
Well, okay, fair enough. But how do
Because look, we've both done the same thing of, I'm not going to use the C word, but I'm going to say I follow Jesus, that
All right.
I'm a God squad,
Okay.
but it's still that.
Haven't you guys learned the wisdom of Gandhi? He said, I like this Christ, I just don't like you Christians. So that's where
I'm
he's
one of the
at.
Christians you can like. I just had a fucking
Yeah.
addict homeless lady just stay the night because she yelled in my window. I was
All
like,
right.
you need help.
So maybe to the homeless you're easy to like, but to some of us others,
No, I was very hard on the patience of having her sit here an addict on my couch. I couldn't go to sleep because I'm not going to go to sleep with her on my couch, but her feet were frozen and swollen, and I didn't want a human out there like that.
You know what? Bless you, Tom.
She didn't want to tell me that not only did she fall and hurt herself, but she pissed herself.
What a
And
good
I didn't make her
Samaritan.
tell me. We just got her worked out.
Good
Is
on
that
I
you.
today?
have to sacrifice my rewards in
Today?
heaven to let you know that happened.
Is that today?
That was last night. And
Last night.
I'm still powered up enough to globe the F out of you guys in a civil fashion in a little while.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me, Talcott. Everybody.
Oh, you are not welcome.
Bye-bye.
Get out of here,
Well,
Canadian.
Love you, Cage.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Shun
having
that
me.
man. Boo
Sorry.
him on his way out.
Hey, Kay, sorry I wasn't a troll. I'll try to be
Don't
more
apologize to
next
him.
time. So
You
that
be meaner
right.
next time. Cage is I don't even want to describe.
Hey, Tommy, can I out-Christian you real quick?
On my show, hopefully.
You're not supposed to brag about your charitable deeds because then you
I know
cancel
that's what
out
I just
the
said. I
reward.
said I have to sacrifice my rewards to let you guys know I did that.
He did.
But they have no idea what I'll never tell them I did.
So congratulations, you played yourself. Anyways,
No, I didn't. You know how many homeless motherfuckers I help like on a regular basis?
don't tell me, Tommy.
I'm not going to tell you,
spoil
but
it.
I'm going to tell you we have no shortage of homeless people hitting the streets, whether they're from this country or not.
Well, if you end socialism, then we can succeed.
I'd rather be a peasant in heaven and lose all those rewards than not go there at all.
If you end socialism, the authoritarians have no budget, and then they go out of business, and then all we're left with is good and intelligent people.
Oh, I'm not trying to fix this stuff. We're going to Revelations either way. That's what I'm trying to tell Neurojack.
Oh,
Why you keep
Lindsay
trying to
left.
find solutions?
Lindsay never told me if I answered her question or changed her mind. That
Oh,
I was
you didn't. She'll come
Oh,
back tomorrow like it's a
no.
new day.
She was
She
like,
gets mad. She gets
she's
mad
like,
if you answer her
she
question.
said like I didn't understand anything she said or something like that, and I was like,
Because
I'm
that's
trying.
because you probably answered her question. She was like, "No, I need to be complicated. It can't be that easy from a man."
I don't
You
want a
didn't answer
solution.
me.
I don't want a
Yeah, man,
solution.
might
I
be
want to be
true.
mad.
Well, if you want to be mad, look at my conversation I had in the back chat. That's how you make her mad.
But yeah, okay. Anyways, I tried. Give me an A for effort. All right,
You
well,
don't.
Jack, we're
You
friends
don't
for
need
now, but
trust.
I got my eyes on you, so you better be
iPhi
You
nice.
do not. You do not need trust to find truth. If you find truth, you don't require trust at all because you
What's
already
your
have truth.
religion, Tommy? I haven't met you yet.
I am a Jesus follower.
Are you one of those crazy people that no one can like talk to or something?
I'm one of those sane, rational, logical people that no one can talk to in this community because of that.
Didn't I
If
see you in a
you
panel the other day and your background was
probably,
in flames or something?
probably, I like to have fun, but
Were you like
you can
burning
tell
in hell or
you
something?
can
What's going
tell
on,
when
dude?
we're getting down to the nitty gritty or not. Like I'm telling you to come to my Globe Royal Rumble.
Thanks,
Come get
Lindsay. I
some
feel
of this
better.
logic.
Okay, so what's your religion? Christian? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yes.
Okay, so what is a Christian, Tommy?
A person that believes that Jesus was sent by the Heavenly Father as the sacrificial lamb for his blood to cleanse us of the sin that cannot stand before his Father in existence, so that we may have the highest priest of our religion vouch for us to go through those pearly gates when that day comes.
Okay, so Jack is a Christian.
No, no.
Why not?
Well, okay, yeah, he could be a Christian that might be not favoring his afterlife by also vouching for these bullshit shysters in New Age, and like it's like he can get there for believing, and yet he'll find himself a Jack Talcott in heaven the way he's a Jack Talcott
Are you in
on Earth.
an organized religion or
Not
is it?
anymore.
Oh, which one
I've
do you
been
most
separated
associate?
by the Father.
Which one do you most associate with?
I grew up independent Baptist, but I don't
You
call
don't agree
myself
with
that.
Baptists?
No, no, I like Baptists because they emphasize, and like I told Lindsay, there's a reason for denominations, and they're not bad reasons. Baptists just emphasize your personal relationship with God.
Do you know what one of the main things they get wrong?
What?
Baptism.
What
Isn't
do they
that
get wrong?
ironic? Don't you
What is
think?
it? What is it you think they get wrong about it?
They teach that it's optional.
I believe it is.
You're wrong.
Well, it's very. What are you, Catholic?
No, I'm a Christian.
Well, then why would you think that baptism is required?
Because Jesus commanded it. He didn't say it was optional.
But not for salvation.
Yes, he did.
No, the commandment for salvation was believe on the Lord and thou shalt be saved.
The commandment was to become a Christian. You had to be baptized in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
You're going to have to cite those passages because I just told you the requirement to be saved.
And then later, an
So,
apostle
hey,
reminded you that baptism is
Whoa,
for
whoa,
the.
whoa, Jack! I'm pushing back on this guy. I thought you'd like this.
all right. Well, I'm curious what the belief is as far as if someone fails that rule, right?
Right, like you
Because
became a
you're
Christian and then
saying
a truck hits you on your way to baptism. It doesn't make sense.
your
You
baptism
can't
is
become a Christian and
required
then get
or else.
baptism. You can't
Okay, and
become a
so then
You
what
are
is,
a Christian on the belief
according
that
to,
Jesus was crucified for your cleansing.
yeah, this is
And that's
interesting.
all it is. Now to gain rewards, to do Christian better. There's lots of stuff in that book we can debate over all that.
Okay, Tommy. To be fair, I kind of tricked you into. Yeah, actually, Daisy May just nailed it. That is
do not feel
completely
tricked.
true, Daisy May. That is 100% correct. So, Tommy, I kind of tricked you into the question because I didn't specifically
No,
ask.
I am not doing the Daisy May, and you have not tricked me, sir.
No. Listen, I asked you what is a Christian, but I didn't ask you how does one become a Christian.
No,
I
a
forgot to ask you
Christian
that
would
detail.
be
This sounds like my
that.
show.
And unless we're gonna call
You can use
Christian,
it.
unless we're gonna call Christian a things where a lot of Christians go to hell because they didn't believe. I don't know what we're calling Christians then.
Can you answer the question or not? I guess.
Well, I think you're just loading the question. So what question am I answering?
I'm sorry,
How about
Daisy May.
how about
but
you not how about you not try
I am
and
right.
trick me and just ask the straight up question then?
Because Tommy, even Daisy May's confused on like how does one become a Christian? Because she said I'm wrong, but she doesn't even know what I believe to become a Christian, which
See,
is
you're pulling me into your
she's using
drama.
magic powers to read my mind. So that's fascinating.
Well, you're required like a CAT scan machine right now
If
to read your
there's,
mind, but it's creepy accurate.
Okay, so how does one
hold on,
become a Christian, Tommy? Tell the panel.
this is fascinating.
Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ,
So
and thou
Jack is a
shalt be
Christian.
saved.
So Jack is a
Now,
Christian.
now, after you're saved, you might not do Christian well if you don't look into it, and one might dispute maybe you're not Christian because you didn't feel that you need to do it better and
Come
look
on,
into
Daisy
it.
May. I'll talk.
Well, here, when it's time, I'd like to get in on this.
Jack, I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm helping Tommy convince you that you are a Christian because so far he keeps agreeing with you. He hasn't disagreed with you yet.
No, like you did call me on maybe Jack is a Christian, but I'm still correct when I call him out on like, hey, if you're a Christian, I wouldn't want to be caught saying that. I wouldn't want to be caught doing this.
Tommy,
Okay,
this rando man is thrashing you at this.
No,
Me?
it's interesting. I
Because
mean,
I disagree with Machine Lies if he thinks I'm getting thrashed.
well, it's
Well, I just want to antagonize you.
Well, that's fair, but like I said, I'll debate Machine Lies about his outlook on his like the Bible. Who's the expert of Bible?
I
who
gave you
Christians
ample
don't.
opportunities to do that for months.
No, I'm not saying we haven't got the opportunity. I'm saying I
No,
still
I gave
dispute.
you ample opportunities to do it.
So those are over?
Yeah, it's over.
Okay, because yeah, a lot of those opportunities is like when TBE's there in my way, and you're letting
Yeah, it's
like
over. It's over
Southern
for that guy
Israelite
too.
bash
I
on the
gave that
Bible.
guy a bunch of chances too. It's over.
Okay, well
TBE's
that's great because you know
Orthodox.
what? None of that is attached directly to just your panel. I'll keep doing it on mine too.
Oh,
Go ahead.
there's another good example, Jack.
And I'll do a laugh too after it. I'll do
So,
like a chipmunk laugh.
so
Good shit,
Tommy,
bro.
hey Tommy, do you
Hey
know what?
Tommy, hey Tommy, I told you I was gonna make this video.
Do you know what the Baptist sacred cow is?
Well, do you mean Southern Baptist, Independent
All
Baptist,
of them.
Baptist
All of them.
Baptist?
All of them.
I don't think we have a sacred cow.
It's once saved, always saved.
Well, if you were indeed saved, I think I buy into that as well.
Do you subscribe to that, Jack?
Well, actually, that's one of my notes today. Is that God? I got a bunch of notes on the devil and the enemy. But once we know God, we never want to stray.
Can
But
you
you
stray?
do.
I believe God will allow, and even Jesus. That was part of the sermon today. Even Jesus,
Sermon? What do you mean sermon?
when filled with the Holy Spirit, he still faced the devil and temptation. So if he's
Well,
going to
you can
face
lose
the
the Holy Spirit.
temptation, of course we're going to face the temptation,
There's
even after.
multiple instances in the Bible of people losing the Spirit,
Yep.
begging not to have the Spirit taken from them.
Just
Just Josh, don't humanize God. I'm with you, brother.
Don't do it. Jack, it's good, fam.
Wait a minute. What about Jesus? Wasn't he human?
He had
He
to
was
be.
God incarnate, but he wasn't what we think of as a fallible
So are
human.
you saying Jesus isn't God? Are you a Christian or
I'm
not?
saying Jesus is God.
Jack, man, I love this. Hey, bro, Jack. I love it, bro. I love it. I'm glad I'm here. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I just want to be a part of the conversation.
What's your religion?
I think you
so we
need to
can
be
make fun
part of
it.
selling Mountain Dews, Doritos, and Slim Jims.
Stop.
And get with Adam Green on that. You and Adam Green could move some fucking Slim Jims and
What's your
snowboards.
religion? Good vibes? You didn't tell us.
I'm going to say I don't have one at this point. I mean, I did at one point, but now I don't.
Which God do you believe in? Let's start there.
There's only one. There's
Look
only
at the
one.
Satan worshiper crying in the
Hey,
chat.
Jack,
Tommy,
look, Jack, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Jack, me and you,
Yes.
look.
Yes.
And I know the chat's gonna get on me.
This could be the first time a black man posts that Talcott, me and you. Me and you, black man. Paul's gonna be so jealous on this. Paul's
I
gonna
have
be so
a
jealous.
black
Go ahead.
friend.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm enjoying this.
Clip this. Clip this for Paul. Go.
Stop. He will. Flows clip me. We Are Awakes clip me. Yeah, he will.
Oh,
I
I'm
have a
sorry.
black
I'm
friend.
sorry.
Does that count?
It does.
What were you thinking, Josh? What were you thinking, brother?
No, I'm just saying, Jack, I hate it, man. Like when I'm listening to some of your lives, I hate it. But me and you, I think we've tapped into a similar spiritual energy. Look,
Yeah.
Jack, it's a language. It's like this foreign language that only if you have tapped into it, if you've prayed enough, if you've read the Bible enough, if you've searched enough, if you've been a Christian long enough, if you've used discernment long enough, and it allows you to tap into this higher level of spiritual, I
agree.
knowledge.
I agree. It's the fact that you're saying Jack, me, and you that gets me shaky on you.
I can, but I'm prepared to tell you exactly why I'm saying me and
Okay.
Jack.
Respect. Okay.
What am I? A side of liver or what? What's going on?
No, absolutely
Kind of
not,
a
bro. I
protagonist
appreciate
today.
you too. Daisy's been killing it. It's a language.
Yeah, Daisy's always killing
And if you haven't tapped into that, if you haven't done the work, you don't understand this language. It's there for anybody who wants to find it. Look, I'm not a Christian. Jesus came and told everybody, do not put yourself
It's
in a
not
box.
there for everyone because some, like take Flow State, for instance. Flow State is a good example of his heart is hardened. It cannot be reached. He only wants to cynically mock and question, no matter what he delivers in the beginning as. He's a good example. I like him. We have fun. But
I like
that dude's
Flo.
hardened to the word.
Sure.
Also, Daisy's in the comments, and they're not real people, so I'm not going to debate them.
That wasn't a very Christian thing to say.
It's the most Christian thing to say. So, Josh, why aren't you a Christian, man? What's wrong?
Well, he's black.
Okay, so just like do not humanize God. Don't do it.
Or black people.
Okay, done. Now what? Why aren't you a Christian?
Because I don't want to put
Jack,
myself in that
calm
box.
down.
Hey, Jack, the other day.
No,
I
you
think it
put
was-
yourself in every white girl box, but not yourself.
Hey, no, that's all good.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't
You
want to
too.
do that.
Did I get the whole thing out? Did the whole thing come out?
Yes.
Yeah, the whole thing came out, Tommy. Calm
Yeah, it's
down,
you
dude.
too. It's all right.
Well, not for Josh. He's got kids.
We're having a big boy conversation, Tommy.
Well,
We are, and I'm keeping it
I'd like
lively.
Josh to be able to get a sentence or two out before he.
Go ahead,
Well, then
Josh.
he would have finished school.
Oh
Good
my
vibes.
goodness.
Good vibes. Come on, roll on it.
Go ahead. I'll make a coffee.
All right, no, just the language that I'm talking about. The other day, TBE. I don't know. The other day,
Can he
and
come back, or is he gone for good now, or something?
Oh, that's right. I blocked
Kicked him out. So
like he was hardcore. He was hardcore, bro. He was like, so you mean to tell me that God is okay with the adults that abuse children? He's okay with the murderers and da 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 da.
No.
Hey.
God does allow free will, so that's unfortunately a side
Allowed
effect.
is not okay with. Like when Sterling Ray says, why does an all-loving God let bad things happen to kids? I say he doesn't. Why do you let things happen to kids, Sterling Ray? You've got the free will to stop it, the same way they've got the free will to do
Word.
it. That's your gift from God.
The same free will that can do evil can do good, so there's no excuse.
all.
I'm done. That's it. He created
See?
everything.
So why aren't you a Christian?
I don't need to be.
Yes, you do.
I can respect that.
Are you gonna lawyer your way into heaven? Are you gonna argue with God that your spirituality outranks his dogma?
No, but the one thing that I do know is the only person that needs to know how I'm going to get to that place you call heaven is God. And
right,
you know,
he told us how to get there. So why aren't you following his
Well,
rules?
iPhi, here's
Yeah.
something that I think many Christians don't realize is that when we truly follow the way and well, work towards becoming one with Jesus, one with the Father.
That's impossible.
The kingdom of heaven is now. It's here. It is all time. What is the kingdom of heaven? It's but in the
The
presence.
kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of God are two different places. The kingdom of heaven will be on this planet, ruled by David in the
Okay.
city of Jerusalem.
Thank
No,
you.
that's
Thank you for the
that's
correction.
metaphor.
So when you hear these
Heaven
things like,
is, what is
go
heaven?
ahead.
Heaven
So
is divine. It's in the presence of the Father, of the Almighty. Well, the Father and Almighty, it is eternal. It is always present. So by opening our mind and our heart to the fact, to being one with the perfection of God, the perfection of
No.
God's creation, its glory,
He
its
tells
goodness.
us in that book, you will never be on his level. You cannot grasp, you will never get it because he's God, but he loves you. Do it the right way, like he says, and just don't question it.
the analogy, the kingdom of God is the church. So on earth, you get a preview of heaven by looking at God's people, the Christians. And
No.
No,
yes, yes.
No.
there's some good studies
There
of the
is no
separation
heaven on
between the
earth.
kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of God.
not with the current modern day practice of many Christians. There's no heaven
No,
on earth.
I
But
didn't say
if
people claiming to be.
brother, if the people who have learned of Jesus, should they actually choose to become disciples, baptize themselves, sacrifice their old ways in order to follow the way
Love,
of love,
peace,
brothers and
understanding.
sisters, children of God, we would unite together as the body of Christ, becoming the church throughout this world, not just on Sundays or Saturdays or Wednesday evenings or whatever it is.
Oh, like you do all three every week anyway.
Tommy, I
But
love
anyways,
you.
No,
this
this is
isn't heaven
perfect.
on
I
earth.
needed this panel of Christians to show still no team. Now maybe someone out there is getting it.
There's no team because of a lack of acceptance.
Oh, you're on a team, Jack. If you had your way, you'd get right back in that Unslavia team today.
Brother, I am here. Who I am me. I am an advocate for what I've learned as the truth of God's love. I call myself a disciple. I am a student of the teacher, the master, Jesus.
Oh, okay. Now, when's the last time you've ever like referenced the Bible, studied the Bible, brought it up on your show?
He does it quite a bit.
Yesterday.
He usually has.
No, he doesn't, iPhi. You're too new for that shit.
Dude, did you see the thumbnail today?
The last two
2
streams.
Timothy.
Oh, the thumbnail, very good. I also have the receipts on the few times you've read a scripture and then ran the show with like no relativity to it whatsoever. But my favorite is when you read the one that I did the Apple goggles commercial with, the strong delusion. And it's quite ironic when you read that strong delusion passage, Jack Talcott.
Which one was it?
Oh God. God help this man.
By the way, Josh, Jesus is the
Just
way.
play.
and
Oh,
so
I took it down.
That's
You
why you
can't
need
play it.
Christianity to bring you to Jesus, so that
Well-
you can make it to heaven.
Bro,
Okay.
Christianity is not gonna get me in heaven.
Yeah, it is, because
No,
that's
Jesus
how you know what Jesus.
Jesus
wants you
will.
to do.
Yeah.
That's how you know Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't know him through Christianity.
Well,
Do you know him personally?
Yes.
Does he hang
on
out in your
behalf of this
apartment?
black man,
Hey, Jack, he's got all of the indoctrination questions down, doesn't he?
he is challenging with the indoctrination. On behalf of the black man, I will agree that all these questions of what if they never heard Jesus, what if this, what if that, God knows your heart. So yes, ultimately at that final moment, I'd like to think, well, God will know your heart and have it all figured it out. But as far as those of us who can discuss question, it's like you got to get that straight. You're already here doing it. You don't get that. What if you never heard of Jesus before?
So is that what Jesus taught? He said, "Don't worry about following me or doing anything I say."
I didn't
because
say
God
that.
knows
Now
your
you
heart.
seem kind of narrative bendy.
So Jesus is the way. That's the only way you're going to get in heaven is through Jesus, and the only way you
truth
can
and
know
the light.
Jesus is through Christianity.
All right. And even Revelation says before the end, all four corners of this globe will hear that word. Internet much? Missionaries much?
Amen.
Yep.
So if you're not a Christian, You're not following Jesus.
Hold on. Hey, look. Hey, fam, chat. Let's find out what Phi has with this Christian label.
Yeah, there's
Bro,
murderers in heaven, and there's good people in hell.
bro, how can you take a person's eternity and place it on one particular label? A name, words that humans use.
Because the word
He's
of
the way.
God said so. That's why I
And it
can make
happens,
that
yeah.
claim.
How are you going to hear that much about it and not look into it enough for oneself to find the same truth many of us find?
And
Because
interestingly enough,
it's actually God and the Holy Spirit that ask and ye shall, seek and ye shall
Yes.
find, knock and the door will be open, and you will find it. He's not going to let, if you're seeking, he's not going to let you die without it.
Christian or not.
so
Well,
the
you
word
would
of
be
God is
technically
also known
Christian.
as Jesus. That's another title he owns. He's the word of God. That's how we know God.
I'd say the Bible was the word of God, but I guess
Hey,
you're
let me say
No,
this.
that's the account of the word of God.
it's accurate.
Go ahead, Jack. Get it, Jack.
Jesus is the word of God.
Well,
If you think
hold
you're
on.
gonna out Christian me, and it's not a
iPhi.
competition, if you think you're gonna do all this one up and then come at me with that the Bible's manipulated and wrong, I'm gonna stomp you
I
in the
didn't
teeth
say
on that.
that. I
Okay,
never
a lot
said
of
that.
these people say that. I thought you were headed that way.
No, I'm not one of them.
I only asked. I just asked.
Guys,
Hey,
So,
there's
hey,
hold on.
African American man, are you gonna
Can
come to my little
could you
Globe
shut
Royal
the
Rumble?
hell up, Tom, for a moment?
I want this guy to come to my Globe Royal Rumble. Same with Iffy. Jack Talcott? Not so
Bro,
much,
this
maybe.
is my skin suit for this lifetime. Chill out.
I'm
Hey,
down.
it's a fine skin suit. You're not a Jack.
Appreciate it.
No
Well,
more caffeine for
Jack,
Tommy.
what do you got to say, Jack?
I just fired up more caffeine.
Tom,
Don't do it.
Tom's ready for his stream. Someone asked earlier, what time is your stream starting? It's almost
Earlier
1
than it's
p.m. now.
labeled.
What time is your thing going?
Earlier than it's labeled. I started it late because I was trying to walk my dog. To
I
my
don't know
dismay,
when
my
it's
dog,
labeled.
for the first time in his life, does not want
I
to
don't.
walk, and that bothers me.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez, you can't. You make simple answers very challenging
What
to
do you mean
find.
simple answers? I tried to run a fun drive because my dog's dying, Jack.
Oh,
I
sorry.
What
asked
are you going to do
for
with your cats
time.
when you lose that house at the end of the
I
month? Where are your
asked
cats
the
going?
time your stream is starting. You said earlier than it's scheduled. That doesn't help.
Are you passive aggressive asking me to leave?
No. Well,
I
maybe.
almost was going to offer you this room again, Jack. I almost offered you this room again.
The jury's still out on that one,
Oh my
Tommy.
goodness. I love you. I do. Hey, today the topic is fun, faith, fellowship. That's exactly what we're doing. But I want to press back, iPhi. You're
Sure.
bringing in some dogma and some, I don't know, that I don't necessarily understand. I don't necessarily agree with nor understand the logic behind. It's you're presenting some common beliefs, but if Jesus is the way, and I trust his words are true, but through our God is so amazing, always will lead to God. Now, the painless way, the way to avoid the most pain and suffering for yourself and others, it's the
You do
way
not
taught by
avoid
Jesus.
pain just like his son did not avoid pain. False witness.
All right, fair enough. That's a valid correction because there will be pain along the way. There's no denial of that, but the
Did you
pain is
just say
worth it.
always lead to God? I misunderstood you.
Always lead to God. It's just some paths are going to be more painful and a little longer.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
I'm
on
in agreement.
that statement.
Still disagreeing. Pain can lead to away from God as well.
Narrow and straight is the way, broad is the way to destruction. So most ways lead to the devil. Very few ways lead to God.
Few. Not only one.
All right.
In fact, there's only
Okay, wait.
one way to God.
Hold on.
That's the whole point.
Let's bring this around though. Let's bring this around for the context of my words. God is the truth. Always will lead to the truth. The truth is eternal. It will be known. And, you know, It's through the love. Jesus
Oh my
showed us
God.
the love of God through the
Always
example
trying
of
to
a
broad
man.
stroke your way back to it.
This is why you disagree with me, Tom, because you speak every
No,
time I
because
speak.
you sit here and you say, "Oh, I stand corrected. You guys showed me on that," and then you broad stroke loop back around to more bullshit.
How
Broad
so?
stroke.
How is the truth always going to be found? Seems pretty difficult to find the truth these
It
days.
says,
I don't think everybody gets it.
there is scripture in the Bible too about the truth. It will be known. All things will be revealed.
I think I just said that
You
earlier,
gotta
that
have faith.
before the end, it will be preached all around the world. That doesn't mean it'll be known. I keep telling you all why we're on a globe. You don't know it yet. Damn, I'm on fire tonight.
You are on fire. I bet.
Hey,
Is it
Jack.
a lake of fire, Tommy? Because I'm concerned for you, brother.
No, I was actually going to defend you earlier, Iffy, whenever Lindsay was like, I'm going to use our numbers and like broad stroke, this isn't what this is about, so we can avoid that we're all wrong and Iffy's wrecking us. And that's how it's going to be on the globe stuff too in a little while.
I think I agree with you, Tommy, but I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint what you're saying.
It's okay. I don't want you to agree with me.
Okay, but
I'm
like I
not
said,
sure if I
eventually
like you or not yet, Iffy. I'm a little iffy on it.
Yeah, I know. That's where I got the name. So eventually, I will slay your sacred cow. So just fair warning.
I don't have a sacred cow.
Yeah,
The red heifers?
They all do. They always do.
Funny thing is, we did have this restaurant back east called Barton's. It had a statue of a cow out front, and every year the college kids would slay it as a ritual. They'd drop it off a cliff or whatever, and they'd always find it in its wreckage and death, display it in its remains for a while, and then get a new cow statue.
But I have good news for the audience. Don't worry about me slaying everyone's sacred cows, because
We weren't.
when I'm done, the only true cow will remain, so I can't slay it. So that's all you need to worry about.
And that's the lol cow.
Well, the truth is all that matters. Welcome, Smith.
What up, soy boy?
God. I thought it.
I see you took my wrench back.
Yep. You here to offer
Yeah.
insult?
Well, I called you out on you saying that we are the Antichrist and giving London the platform to say that he's Antichrist, but then you preach all this
Well, they
fake
are.
fucking God shit. You're a fake fucking
they're all
Christian
spouting
grifter.
Antichrist
You're a
stuff.
grifter, Jack, and you always have
No,
been.
Jack
Right.
spouts Antichrist.
And that's why you never let me on your panel to talk, because
Hey,
I'm real.
Nobody does, Smith.
We'll connect with iPhi later. You guys can.
He knows why nobody lets him on his panel. We've all told him on our panels he can't
Who
come
is
on
that?
anymore.
Who was that?
That's
That was a
Smith. He's
Christian.
fucking insane.
That was a Christian. iPhi, that was a Christian.
Yeah, about as much as Jack's a Christian.
Can I be the judge of that, or do I get a vote?
No, you don't
That's
get
what
to
he
be Iffy.
identifies as. But you're right. You may have different standards.
Did you kick him off, or did he leave?
I think I put him
I
to
think
the
you
back.
both have different standards that don't fucking matter to the one true standard.
Was he yelling at me or you, Jack? I'm so confused. I don't understand what just happened.
He's an angry man. He's yelling at the world. He's yelling at life.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm that too, but I
I
like
know
it.
you are, Tom. This is what's frustrating. I can help
So
you.
where's all your love getting you when the angry guy keeps you cornered and you can't get a shot off without rejection?
Tommy,
Yeah,
don't preach
makes
angry.
me
Don't
tough.
preach angry. You gotta be
I'm
calm.
gonna break them ankles.
You gotta be calm.
Wi-Fi, thank you. You're right. That's a lesson I've been learning myself.
You're
Have you
crossed
seen-
over on you break them
Have you
ankles.
seen Groundhog Day with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Remember when the gopher was driving? He's like, "Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry." That's Tommy. He's like,
Hey, fine.
yeah. What's up?
Fine.
What's up?
No, Tommy's
Yes.
the one going through the day just nailing the talk
Tommy,
show answers.
Wait a
punching the guy
second.
when you
Josh
post him
wanted
on
to
the
talk.
street.
Stop talking.
Bro, I never really have anything important to say, but look, bro, do you realize how cool Jesus was?
He was the coolest.
He was the coolest, bro. He didn't make anybody do anything that they didn't want to do. He spoke in parables.
Right.
He gave wisdom, knowledge. He did not make anybody do anything that they did not want to do. That was not his purpose.
He was definitely speaking truth.
And then to the absolute end, He could have fought, bro. He could have raised rebellions, followers.
Oh, he could have brought down legions of angels and wiped out all of these dumb humans, but he didn't. He
Exactly.
could have. I know. That's why we've got to follow
And
his
so-
example.
Yeah,
Well,
I
and
just
so
want to
you-
say, I just want to
Come
point
on,
out
Jack.
that in almost 2 hours, nobody brought forward anything of value other than just Josh. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You know.
Oh,
No,
that's a
it's
bummer.
it's all value.
Hey, it's
Well, thanks, Josh. Thanks for saving the stream, bro.
Nah, bro.
No,
Nah,
iPhi, you know what I mean. Me and you are monotone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're.
Did you say anything of value, machine?
Logical robots.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Something that.
I'm an AI.
You know,
That's to be understood.
yeah, something that
Josh,
attains to the passion that this show
you
requires.
all missed a magnificent consecutive burn on the act of bringing a Muslim to a Bible fight. I can't reenact it. I
Yeah,
thought you all heard it. It was perfect. But Josh, I think you feel me that even though I go everywhere in my city ready to
Tommy, let
shoot
brother
for
Jack
the-
get in there.
don't interrupt me on his show to let him interrupt me on his show. I'm talking to this black man. I am
Listen to
ready
Tommy.
every day to be shot at or shoot, but as soon as the Christians are hunted by the Antichrist, I drop my guns. I only run and hide or give myself up, like you're saying about the J-Man.
Okay, I got you.
Do you understand that relativity, though? That right now it's like, no, these peasants don't rob me. I don't let them take over me if I can help it. But once we know the Antichrist has waged war on the saints and will prevail, now I just evade, I hide, or I martyr.
Yeah.
I'm not out to get the highest score.
Oh, bye, Tommy.
Tom.
Did the internet eat him, or was that you?
No, Tommy can continue all of his stories about himself on his own stream. It's
Okay.
beautiful. There was a topic I wanted to get back to and wanted to be a part of the conversation, and then fucking Tommy deflected and took it over again.
Go ahead, Jack. Take a deep breath first.
The idea of following Jesus, right? And what Josh was saying, should he have wanted to, the story could have been much different, right? And originally that's what the Jews thought. They thought their Messiah was going to come and lead an army to victory and stop the oppression through, a revolution. But that
Set up
wasn't
an earthly kingdom.
right. Well, and that wasn't God's plan. I think God's plan for us, the unspoken lesson, is because of the free will that we've each been given, we get to choose. We get to choose. And, we're each at the mercy of those around us. In the end, the Father, in the end, God is in control. What God wants will be. So what I think Jesus was the example of a leader. That's the type of leader that America deserves. If we want to consider ourselves a Christian nation, which some people want that title, others don't, I say let's get some value, right? Let's hold our leadership to a higher standard. This is unacceptable.
I wish.
Well, let's do it. God is with us, right? If we're going to be Christians, we want to follow the way through Jesus. We're going to believe that his will be done, and what might God's will be if God is in heaven seeing us here on earth? What might God want us to choose? I think if we wanted to create peace on earth, I don't believe God would really interfere with that. But I don't know. I think it's worth a try. Because the way to peace, world peace within the nation, within a corporation, within a family, the peace is found when the truth is shared, when everyone's on the same page, when we all understand what's going on. We've got a common goal. That's the way of Jesus, uniting overcoming these divisions of religion, but ensuring that we all follow the narrow path. And this is, I'll give you two, iPhi. The one path to God, to know the truth, is the narrow path, you know? But the narrow
Indeed.
path of truth sees many different perspectives, doesn't sway.
There's
Go ahead.
nothing wrong with lots of different origins and different perspectives. So there's many paths to find the way, and so maybe that's where you were going earlier, but you
Wait, what?
rephrased it as in all ways lead to God, and so because
Alright.
there's right choices and wrong choices, but
Yes.
it doesn't matter where you came from or who you are or what happened to you.
I think what iPhi is trying to tell you, Jack, is there's right choices and there are wrong choices, and his ways are right, and he just needs to check you and make sure that you're doing it the right way.
Word.
See, there's this annoying piece between us as humans and God. There's these like weirdos that want to like impress their opinion on you and tell you, no, my way is the right way.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have a personal relationship with God, and that doesn't involve you at all. Okay. So I'm not going to be gay, and I'll follow the 10 commandments, and that should be good enough for you. Now leave me alone. All right. Not go to your church. I'm not going to have you checking up on me all the time and all this shit. No.
Well, but that's, you know, I can
Who's he talking
understand
to?
that.
You or
but-
me?
What's that?
Who was he talking to?
I'm not real sure.
The control monger Christians.
Oh, me? I think he's talking about me.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm just making a general statement. If you want to identify with that moniker, that's on you.
I am a Christian. I am guilty as charged.
No, go ahead, Jack. Go ahead. This is your show, dude. I'm sorry.
I can understand what you're saying, Cecil, to some degree. Now, the other side of that, though, is myself. I was quick to judge, and you know, my path. I really didn't encounter a lot of good memories in church, but there's value to be found from some of the traditions. There's value to be found from the congregation and some of the practices of praise and gathering together.
There's a lot of bad churches out there, Jack.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been doing the
there are.
rounds lately.
I mean, and I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but there's a lot of bad people out there that are claiming to be Christian.
Even more, Cecil, even more than the bad churches. There are lots of Christians claiming the title Christians.
So I'm not trying to cast blame or point the finger at anybody, but it's like, look, dude, like ultimately at the end of the day, whether or not I am a good person is between me and God. Because he is the only one that is with me every step of the way, knows me in my heart of my hearts, knows not a man.
Well, Cecil,
who claims to be really holy or whatever.
A partial truth, yes, that is true. In the end, it's only God that's going to judge, but God is with each and every one of us, and it's the truth. It is the truth that really judges us. That's what we should be looking at. We should be looking at the truth, not so much the source of the truth. I hope that makes sense.
Right, and some people, God's with some people more than others, and they're the ones that wear the big hat and tell you what to do in your life.
No, those are definitely not Christians, by the way.
Hey, bro.
Easy way to spot them.
Hey, which way is the Bundy Ranch?
I hope he keeps his eyes on the road while he's talking, because, like, you know, I'm worried about him hitting a pole or something.
I'm worried about the pole.
At some point,
no, a pole, a street pole, light post.
At some point, just so the viewers and others know, I do intend to reduce these panels to actually people who are here for the conversation with the actual intention to be part of this. I mean, at this point, I still welcome. Today's Sunday Faith and Fellowship. So Cecil's out on an adventure today, man.
Yeah,
Discovering some
he's
cool
running
things.
errands. Don't look
Well,
at the
he-
camera, Cecil. Watch the road, dude.
Well, no, he checked in. He's out exploring some of the wilderness and stuff out there. The Bundy Ranch, where there was that stand on rights.
You're muted.
I muted you, Cecil. Let me. There you
Oh,
go.
I was just saying, I'm trying to find the Bundy Ranch right now. So I'm like asking for directions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's where I was filling them in. Yeah.
Hey, iPhi, I got
Yeah,
one for you,
what's up?
bro.
Sure, what's up?
You might actually like me a little bit better once I say this. I don't know, because the Christian thing. And I love everybody. Everybody.
I love all my enemies, so I don't hate anyone.
Yeah, but you so the way I had a revelation of gratitude. Jack, man, I had a revelation of gratitude, right? But I'm gonna tell you how I got to that revelation, right? From years, bro, years. Like I'm talking like 8 years old, Southern Baptist Church, getting baptized in church with my grandmother, Sunday, Wednesday, Bible study. Thursday was to clean the church. Saturday was to cook food for the homeless. Years growing up, going to a non-denominational church for years, fellowship, worshiping, begging Jesus as a Christian, non-denomination, begging, please show me that is real. Please, I want to be close to you. I need to know who you are. Please tell me. Crying every time I go to church, years. And then finally, I got my revelation of gratitude, 17, 18. And that's what tapped me into this language that is showing me all of this stuff. The crazy part is that since I've been tapped into this revelation, I call it a frequency of spiritual information. I don't know. That's why I can tell you that you can call me a Christian if you want. If that's what makes you feel good, then yeah, I'll be a Christian, but I have no labels. My Father is endless. He's everything. I can go in and out of any religion, any information, because my Father created it all. He is with me through everything. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's my deal. If you know, that's me.
What was the event that triggered this?
What's that?
You said there was an instance in your life that changed.
Revelation of gratitude.
What was that? What happened at that time?
I was non-denomination church. I was studying to be like a leader in the youth group, and the pastor told me, "Hey, read this Bible, pray for discernment and understanding. Read it. Don't think about the things that you've been told. Read it and pray for discernment." I got to John. I was reading it, started crying. A voice said, "Go outside." And crying at 17 at the kitchen table by myself reading the Bible. I went outside, and everything was different. Everything was different, bro. Why am I here? Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? Who puts me in a place that's beautiful? Why is the breeze blowing on my skin? Why are the birds singing? What is this place? Why am I here? I don't know, but I'm thankful. Gratitude. It's a language. Yeah. So that's a little background on me.
I appreciate your contribution.
I appreciate you, brother.
How many years ago was that?
Man, I'm 46. That was at like 17.
So,
you know what I'm saying? I fall short.
Lifetime. You spent a lifetime with that.
I fall short.
Hey.
Yeah.
Bless you, though. I didn't discover gratitude or the Holy Spirit or whatever you want to call it till 2018, man. That was.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. I was. Okay. I think I know what you mean. My suffering, I went from this darkness and sincere despair. I was, until the day of this happening, I was still contemplating lots of ending it, you know.
I hear you.
But gratitude by the grace of God, right?
Bro, I'm thankful for all you guys up here. I'm thankful for all in the chat. I'm thankful for everything, man. Yeah.
It feels good to be grateful, man. That's God's secret. It's so there.
Yes.
we're rewarded for the good. And God's laws, the commandments, what Jesus offered, those 2 commandments, man, love, love. If it's for our own reward, and our lives improve as we help others improve their lives around us, because we influence and we ripple so much. Every one of us are so much more important than we may realize in the big picture, right?
Yes.
I am grateful for God's love, and I hope to share that with my neighbors. I can definitely agree with the panel on that.
Would you agree to some degree that being faithful is somewhat of a return back of good karma?
Are you asking me, London?
The whole panel, really.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
The good feelings are associated with good karma. I think
It's
so.
Rewarded, yeah. You know, you say you put good energy back out there. That's your karma coming back, and you're grateful, but you're grateful for your own goodness that you did it. You know.
Well, there's I understand karma to be reaction. It's the repeated actions. And so we go through these lives and we encounter these challenges and, you know, obstacles in our lives. How we deal with those challenges, right? That determines our character. And we're here to refine our character. So the idea of overcoming the negative karma, and then everything is like energy, so there's exchanges of energy. So I'm of the belief, and I'm convinced the way we're supposed to be is consciously sharing out positive energy, offering the world love, offering the world healing, for forgiveness, mercy, whatever generosity we can share. I believe it'll return.
Yes. Hey, London.
Yo.
I was talking to somebody, and this one blew my mind. I never thought about it like this, but this one particular female, she was saying, she said, Josh, I pray, I hope that when I am going through judgment, when I'm on my knees standing before the creator of everything, of all religions, of all people, of dimensions, of everything, she's saying, I hope that my good deeds will be enough of a gift to give to him. And I never even thought about it like that.
That's what it is.
That's what I said. Yeah. Good stuff you do. It comes back and it rewards you. It's the stuff we feel grateful for. It's our rewards coming back to us.
Yeah.
You understand? Because to even be grateful, you have to be blessed. Someone have to bless you with something for a reason.
Yes.
I think that went over Cynthia's head. That's why she don't agree with that one. You understand?
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Good talking with you again, bro. London. It's been a while.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Good eye and Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my man. Happy New Year.
Same to you, bro. Same to you.
Respect. Oh, blessings, iPhi. Stepped out silently. Appreciate your participation, and I hope we continue our conversations. I'll do this. These are the number one. I never in my life thought my life would bring me to this, right? I mean, realistically, early in my life, we didn't have YouTube or video streaming or shit like this. Wasn't an option. And then let alone actually having public conversations about God. Holy cows, man. God is mysterious.
Tell me about it, Jack. Come on, bro. Who would have thought, man? On the internet.
It's crazy.
Bro.
Crazy.
They'll give you what you need.
our God, I have fallen in love with our Creator.
Amen.
And when I say the Creator, it's the unknown that's beyond anything I can know. So I just keep trying to know more, learning more. And that's what life is. We are here, children of the infinite mind. The infinite knower is who fathered us, created us, right? Sourced us into being.
Yes.
So in reflections of that, man, I feel blessed to have met some wonderful men and women on these panels, on these streams, having conversations about what is divine, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's why I think it goes to infinity, what you said, because infinity is literally dealing with space, you know, whereas eternity is dealing with time, you know, and I think that God is a wielder of time. You know, God is infinite, you know, because infinity is what is really you know, incomprehensible, but God imbues eternity, you know, onto things, you know, eternity is like God's weapon, you know, which he imbues on things, you know, and yeah, it's actually a fascinating thing that eternity is really temporal and infinity is ultimately dealing with space, you know, capacity, you know.
I love that, brother.
Mm.
Hey, can I jump? I want to jump in here with some of the inspirations from today's sermon. The idea of God is the truth. The way to the truth is through the love shown through the Christ. And so in these concepts of words, right? The devil is the enemy. It's the fallen personality that creates division and creates battles and wars. So the devil is the enemy. The enemy is the Lord of lies. And Jesus faced the Lord of lies and he spoke about the liars. So the Messiah is what Jesus was. Jesus was the perfected truth, right? And truth is what overcomes the enemy. Truth is what overcomes the lies. Truth saves us. Truth frees us. The truth is our Messiah. The truth is our Savior. So choose the truth you know. Choose the truth you know.
Yes.
And then choose what you believe. You know? I believe in love. I believe in, like Machine Lies was saying, a love that is beyond comprehension, the infinite, the eternal. The other part about the enemy, though, the enemy knows God's game, and deception is often a long game, right? The devil doesn't show up with the horns and with just the flames and the terror. No, the devil will come up with a pretty fucking smile, right? Just
Yeah, as they say, you know, as I say, the devil is in the details. You know, a man finds a piece of truth on the ground, and the devil taps him on the shoulder and says, "That's a nice truth you got there. Let me reorganize it for you." And then when he gives it back to the man doesn't even know what he's looking at. He doesn't even recognize the truth. Like he's like, "Well, was this what I gave to you in the first damn place? This looks like some totally different shit right now." You know, and that's what it is. Organization is hell, you know, whereas the truth, it functions by relations. You know what I mean?
The truth isn't pretty. I like that. The truth isn't pretty. It's sometimes dirty. You just pick it up and it is what it is.
Yeah,
You don't have to arrange it.
Yeah, the truth is in between the lines, while the devil is in between the details. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Machine Lies, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The word fair. What do you think about the word fair? It's not fair. What do you think about that? I don't know, bro. I'm working on it. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I'm working on it.
I
it's
like
like
that.
it's like these things. Like there's fairness, but ultimately the good don't demand fairness because they live without praise and blame. You know what I mean? So whatever they want to do,
Wow.
they do it just to do it. I mean, because
Wow.
it's like they function in terms of inherent goodness. You know what I mean? So they're not worried about fair, unfair. You know, that's the thing with rights. People say they have rights, and I say the reason you have rights, RIGHTS, is because somebody stole your rights, RITES. You know what I mean? And I mean, it goes back to this, that people have licentiousness instead of freedom. Freedom is the capacity to be able to do what you were made to do, to follow your true purpose, you know, your destiny. You know, whereas licentiousness is doing whatever you want. You know, that could destroy you. You know what I mean? And people say things aren't fair when they didn't get what they want. But God doesn't give us what we want. He gives us what we need. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, right?
I love it. I love it. I
That
love
is
it.
beautiful. Well, but these ideas of fair and good, I love your answer sincerely, but those are all subjective. They're all determinant based upon the context, the moment, the experience. It's sometimes challenging to know good and righteous, and I think what you said, good doesn't matter what is fair, but it does matter what is virtue. It matters what virtue directs, and virtue indicates a fairness, a justice.
Write it down.
Man,
London. Tap in, bro. Tap in, bro.
good idea.
Hey, coldness. I love it. I love it. Do you know what? Earlier on, sorry to take it back there. I heard somebody called for the Antichrist, and here I am. Here I am in all its glory. James Terrell, here I am. Mr. Smith was asking for me, right? Or something like this.
Yeah. Well, within us, we are the Christ, the Antichrist, the totality of everything, and yet we are nothing at the essence of it, right? In the comparison to the Creator, nah, we ain't nothing. However, the Creator is with us all. And I heard it said that wherever the Creator is, the totality, the completeness of the Creator is, right? So with each of us is the focus from the Creator with us. And I believe the sources of creation, the powers and the forces that are, I truly believe the universe is here to serve us as God's children, serving us for life. I mean, Mother Earth sustains everything we need, right? The perfect atmosphere, the perfect cleansing water, all the nutrients, the fruit, the vegetation, the animals, it's all here. So why do we allow each other to make each other's lives so challenging? So difficult, man. I don't know. Praise God, though, because there is a way. We are living at this time right now. It's like I can see it going both ways. Are we going to crumble? Are we going to head into massive extinction and decimation of everything? Or are we going to unite, to rise above, to bring forth the healing, to bring forth the care and the protection of this biosphere, this terrarium we find ourselves in? Or the hologram, whatever you want to look at it as.
Construct.
The construct.
Yeah, the construct.
There you go.
I'm more and more convinced that this is a dream. It is a dream, which is an experience of consciousness. And the consciousness lasts a lifetime for our dream. but who's dreaming it? Well, the creator is dreaming it, is allowing the dream to be. And I think each of us are individual thought forms, right? We get to choose. Do we do it with God's help, or we want to go through this dream without God's help, believing we're in this alone? Welcome back, Toilet Bowl Earth. How you doing, brother?
Am I allowed to speak? Because I'm banned from chat thanks to the machine lies over here. This fucking coward you got.
Well, please.
Am I allowed to speak?
You are allowed to speak. We can get along. I know we can.
This little
We already
pussy-
know what he's
this
gonna
little-
speak
this
about.
little
Let's just be
pussy
honest.
bitch on the fucking.
We don't
Let's
know.
just be honest.
We don't.
Okay,
know.
okay. So you kicked me out of your studio because apparently I said something about his wife. What did you say about my wife, Machine Lies? You called her a nigger.
Well, that's true. Both of you.
Is that what you just? Is that what you just said?
Okay. I don't know if it was said today.
It was said. Would you like me to? Would you like me to share a screen for you, sir?
If it was said today, both of you.
Would you like me to share a screen? I have it for you. I have the file.
Tell you what, I'll accept that you said it happened, and I accept that. Now, what I can also offer.
And what did you say about my wife, Toilet Bowl?
We can rise.
What did I say?
Above.
What did you say about it?
Nothing that you didn't say, sir.
What did you say about my wife? You fucking
said-
hypocrite.
I literally
you
just-
fucking little hypocrite bitch.
Well-
Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it, motherfucker. Go ahead. Repeat the shit that you said.
You know what I said in the chat, in the private chat?
What did you say on your show that I
Why don't
have on
you
my
sh-
show?
why don't
And
you
I can
shut up?
screenshot- And I can screen share that shit too if you want to play a silly fucking game, you little
Okay.
bitch.
Did you
You
not
wanna
call
play
my
a
wife
silly
a
fucking
nigger?
game and
Did you
act like
not
a
call
stupid
my
little
wife a
bitch
nigger?
when I'm here explaining shit to people?
Did you
can
not
leave.
call my wife a nigger?
This little fucking loser. Can you?
Hey,
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it sucks that you have to deal with the consequences of shit
Tell
that
you
you
what,
say.
hey, both of you can rise above this. You
No,
can.
I already
Hey, does
rose
anybody
above
know
it.
the
I
score
already
of the
rose
Super
above
Bowl?
it. I already rose above it. He came up
No.
here to talk about me. Let's put things in
Well,
order here. Both
well,
of you can rise
okay,
above
well,
this.
please.
What the fuck you talking
Right,
about? What
right,
the fuck are you
right.
talking about? Kick this motherfucker out of here.
Hey,
And I'm done talking to him.
Machine
I'm done
Life,
talking
Look at him, emotional.
I'm done
Emotional.
talking to him. I've contributed to this show many times. Kick this
I
motherfucker
know.
out of here.
Well, hey, brother,
Oh,
don't
I'm
tell
tired of
me
this
what
shit.
to
I'm tired of
do.
this shit.
Don't tell me what to do. I know your emotions are speaking to you, and what I'm seeing is a friend who is being triggered. Okay. And I know the best thing to do when we're triggered is to calm down. Toilet Bowl Earth, I think you probably succeeded in what you were wanting to do and what I suggested.
No, I wasn't trying to do anything. I think let's be fucking fair here.
Well,
You know,
what
if he's
what I saw is you instigating conflict with him here in the private chat. And I didn't see any
I mean, did you
relevant.
notice the things that he was saying to me in the private chat, or are you just going to disregard that?
I didn't see. I saw what you said, and believe it or
Right,
not,
which was a caption on his fucking.
You know what? Your petty games, your petty childish games. You guys are both better than this. Sincerely.
I know the machine's much better than that. I know someone came up and triggered him.
I know he's dealing with a lot. This is a lesson that God has created for him to learn. I've offered what I know to be supportive and to be helpful, not just to him, but to Toilet Bowl Earth as well. The things I've been offered, apparently, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But I do know that this sort of behavior, and here, Machine Lies, I'm going to talk to you, please. I love you. However,
Yeah, because you talk to him and and I'm apparently triggered when this motherfucker's spreading lies about me for months. So let's just be honest. Let's just put shit in order, all right? I haven't lied about this dumb motherfucker. He's telling me I plagiarized my book, that I beat my wife and all this fucking shit, okay? Telling me I commit crimes. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck anybody who allows that shit. I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry about it. All you know,
You're not triggered though.
I've
You're
been
not
calm.
triggered.
I've
I'm
been calm
wrong.
about it. I've been
Not-
calm about it. I've been
You're not-
tolerating a lot. And I
but-
was here to talk about what the topics
And-
were.
Well, you know what? And you're triggered just as I said. Okay? So check yourself. And Machine Lies, I brought you up here to offer some words, but you don't seem to care again what I have to say. So unfortunately, Machine Lies, I love you. Paul has been right about you and many others, including Flow State and Cynthia and many others, using me to gain what? You act like you're on my side. You're supportive in some ways, but for the love of God, your triggers and your little game, you and Toilet Bowl Earth bringing that nonsense here today is not in supportive of me. It's not in supportive of faith, fellowship, and fun, that's for sure. And I know you'll blame each other. I don't mean for this to take a turn. Let me yield. What do you guys think?
Bro, hey, I'm on a different frequency. All of this, it doesn't affect me, man. That's where I'm at right now. The triggering, man, I'm to a point now as to where it is, yeah, you probably can't trigger me, but it is so hard right now because it's all of this is nonsense and games. You know what I mean? I can laugh about these things. Look, Jack, I know exactly why who just popped up and threw out the whole nigger thing. I know exactly why that happened. I know exactly who that was supposed to trigger. And it wasn't me, it was you. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually speaking. Bro, I know how to handle evil when I see it. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually speaking.
Hey, can I just say this? Why Machine Lads is here and you're here as well, Jack?
Do it.
I don't think Machine Lads is here to use anybody. I think he's just here to offer his knowledge and wisdom. That is all I see in the brother. I don't see anything else. That's all I see him just sharing everything.
Thank you.
That is all I see.
Thank you. I've shared a lot. I've shared a lot for sure. You know, way more than I'm being appreciated for. It is what it is.
Okay, as have I. So let's not play this fucking dick measuring contest. And
I'm not having a dick measuring contest, and I've never thrown you off of my show, Jack. But
yeah, you haven't.
You've started arguments on my show many times.
Oh, okay. So, brother, All
If
right.
you want to sit here and play the blame game, I could do what it is.
I'm
No,
sure
we don't want to do that.
You're a good little bitch. You can play the victim pretty well, don't you?
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
That's pathetic.
Hey, I call what I see. You want to present like that?
You just calling names. You're just calling names.
I find the term accurate based upon your energy, your behavior, and the current tantrum you're showing. When I act like a bitch, it's okay to call me a bitch. But
I never called you that. I never called you that, my friend. That's your name calling.
I didn't hear Machine Lads say that.
Yeah,
I agree. He doesn't call names.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't stoop down to that level. I'm not stooping down.
Right. You're very passive aggressive. I love you, my friend. But I see through many behaviors. I can't explain them clearly, and maybe I'm inaccurate. Maybe I did describe you inaccurately, and I did. I'm sorry.
No. You know, time. No. You know, time will tell. I've laid down what I needed to. Time will tell.
Yep. All right. Well, do as you want. If you're not comfortable here, go get some rest.
No, he's good. He's good. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. He's good. He's good, man. We're all good.
I'm trying to find a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't really watch football, but you know what I'm saying.
See, I heard that's the devil's game, apparently. Yeah. Oh, that's the devil's game.
It probably is, bro.
The bowl, yeah. Wow. And you know what? It's crazy, right? Because I found out something else. The bowl is actually synonymous with crater, face, and many other things that I've been looking into. Because I've realized most of the stadiums, they're built in the shape of the eyes. I didn't realize this until a few months back. So that's something to look into as well.
Yeah, I've been meditating more on what you were saying about the eye and the structure of the eye, for sure. Yeah. And about light, I was thinking about light last night and about, sight and all those things. And yeah, for sure. And I was thinking of sound. I was thinking of how sight is space and sound is how basically sound is kind of like time, because it's creation, so I was thinking about sound being like time, representing time. And I like to cleave things apart that way, form a dialectic between them, smush them back together and see what happens. Yeah, I've done that on this show many times. But yeah, bless you guys for being here with us.
Good stuff.
What's up, Jack? Bro, what's going on? What you thinking about?
I guess I've shared the thoughts I wanted to share.
Hey, Jack, here's a thought as well. I was thinking, if you was to go up to, was it the UN you wanted to go and see, or the Congress, or wherever you wanted to take your party to, right? Would you leave this type of stuff up, like your YouTube channel, or would you like get rid of it, or would you start over again? Would you be willing to show, the dark nights, if you know what I mean?
That's valid.
Well, that's a good question. Initially, my purpose was to try and keep a clean image on YouTube, but obviously because of choices of others, that really wasn't my path. And I made mistakes on my own too. So the world hasn't really shown a lot of mercy for what I've been doing. So I chose to accept that possibly this is my path. So I don't delete records. I seldom delete my comments or anything that I've shared, because I trust God is using me for a purpose greater than what has been shown so far. And so the reality is, though, now because of the constant, people running around these panels don't really give a shit about what is true. They'd like to flap their gums. And I've got other channels just making videos to mock me and find every little slip up I make. People want to put that out. So, yep, there's another hurdle for my goals to try and bring peace to the world, because who's going to believe a guy like me can't even have a peaceful dialogue on his own platform? Thanks for the support, guys.
I appreciate you, Jack.
I know, brother. I know many do. And I don't know how it's going to work out.
I appreciate you too, brother Jack. I want you to know that.
I know you do. I appreciate you too.
Yeah. I don't even think I have to say
I forgive your recent slip up. It's okay. I don't worry about it.
Thanks.
London.
No, I was just saying, I don't think I even have to say it. Jack should already know. I don't think I have to say it.
Yeah. No, I got it.
There you go. 420 if you got that shit.
Oh yeah, let me go get my 420 for sure. Yeah, I got a lot of good weed. I got some purple weed right now. And it's making me paranoid, if you know what I mean. But I didn't sleep last night as well, so I'm just not sleeping and smoking purple weed. So it's not a good combination, I'm sure.
Hey, man, I got to dip out. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying the Cheshire Cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got to dip out, man. I got to go pretend like I do watch football. Probably catch the tail end of the Super Bowl. I don't know what's going on, whatever. So, man, I appreciate y'all. Seriously, hey, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit people with something after you leave. So I want you to hear it. So if you wanna go back and watch it, I'd appreciate that. Bless you, brother, man.
Absolutely, man. Nah, hey, y'all be safe, man. Peace out.
Peace.
Just Josh.
Like,
Always
Love, just.
pleasure.
yes, sir.
Much love.
That's a cool cat.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am ready to wrap up though too. London.
Much love, Jack. It's been a pleasure. Keep your head up.
Absolutely.
Peace
Respect.
out.
Thank you for joining, sincerely. Machine Lies.
Yeah, I had a cool story to share with you guys, about the kenosis hymn. It's just a little interpretation of kenosis hymn. It said that God had emptied himself even to the point of obedience. And I found that to be a special part of the kenosis hymn. Kenosis meaning emptying. And I think that it is a brilliant message to share about how we spend our time with others, emptying ourselves so we could get the true experience, not having expectations for others. And one of the things that I love is that is a story about two rocks in a temple. One was just a normal rock, and the other one was formed into a statue that everybody venerated. And the normal rock looks at the venerated statue and asks them, why are you prayed to and I'm not? You're made of the same shit that I'm made of, buddy. You're just a fucking rock. Why do people come and pray to you? And the rocks and the venerated statue looks at the normal rock and says, you know what, man, you're always here talking shit. You got a lot to say about me and what the fuck I do all the time, right? And look, one day the master came up and, he hit you with the, he saw something special in you and he hit you with the chisel, and you started to scream like you were possessed by the devil. Something was wrong with you. So he fled from you, because he thought something was in you. A bad spirit was in you. Then he came to me. I withstood every single blow of the chisel from the builder. Sure, it caused me a lot of pain. But the thing is that, at the end of the day, I, through my sacrifice, became venerated. That's why I'm here in this position. And that's why you're a normal rock. Anyways, you guys have a blessed one. We have to empty ourselves to become great. We have to raise, raised to become lowered, and you know what I mean. I'm sure we'll be able to talk again, my friends. I'm sure we'll have tea someday, and I bless you guys for being here with me. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for joining, brother. Appreciate all who joined the panel today. Toil Bowl Earth, I see in the back. If you want to talk after the stream, all right. I'm not going to bring you up at this point. The ideas I really wanted to get across today, I think I shared. But to rehash, to bring some value again for the Sunday Faith, Sunday Fellowship, Sunday Fun. I appreciate everyone who joined. We had some great conversations about religion, some dogma, met some new people, had some interesting conversations. And I know others certainly found offense with me. I wasn't overly pleased or enjoying some of the things that was brought today, but the message, the sincere goal that I hope to share, the way each of us can live, the way each of us can live is the way shown through the Christ, through the Christic, recognizing the love and the glory of God, recognizing the praise and the praise and the goodness that is abundant here with us when we are when we are one, when we are present and aware with the loving awareness, with the patience and the kindness, the love, the graciousness that is available for us all to know, to share. The devil, the enemy we have, it is not of flesh and blood. I don't care what anyone thinks anymore. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the enemy is those beliefs, the beliefs and the ideas within a man, within a woman, that will lead them to believe that harming someone else is right, and it's not. We got a lot of people in costumes in the military and in the law enforcement, people in costumes and suits in these positions of authority that think punishment and war and oppression and censorship is what is right and what is good. And brothers and sisters, they've been deceived. See, the enemy of our goodness, the enemy of our joy, the enemy of our freedom is evil. It is immorality. It can only be given away. Our freedom, our purity, our chastity, our devotion, our faith, those things are there for us to know, to receive, to appreciate, to share. All of the good that is, it can only be given away. We can only give our faith away. We can only give our joy away. We can only give our goodness away. And the way you give away your goodness and deny that from the world is by withholding it, by believing your worth is not, by believing that you are unworthy, that the world is darkness or doom filled, or that the world is headed for destruction. These are myths. These are ideas. These are beliefs and dogmas. Different traditions have been taught for people to believe in so many foolish things. Brothers and sisters, love is the way to know God. And if you want an example of love, maybe your life hasn't shown you a good example directly, but take from the stories, the records, take from the words, the red letters in the Bible, of the words spoken by Jesus. Take those words as truth. Love is the answer. It really is. Forgiveness, the love of our brother, the love of our sister, that is the key. And here, something else. The true enemy that can creep into our lives is guess what? Unforgiveness. Unforgiveness. If you choose to hold within yourself unforgiveness, guess what? You're denying God's love. You're denying yourself the capacity to grow, the capacity to heal. You're denying yourself the truth, because God is the truth. And with the love of God, with our love with God, and all things can be. So, brothers and sisters, sincerely, I do want to thank everyone who joined. I sincerely offered no offense to anyone intentionally. Well, maybe there was brief moments where I intended to give her a jab, but I do love all of you, and I look forward to the future, because brothers and sisters, if this life is real, if this is truly true, where you're tuning in to see Jack Talcott, find out what's going on in this Talcottian adventure, it is my prayer, it is my hope, sincerely, brothers and sisters, eventually the world around me will find me as worthy. And when my worthiness is known, it'll be shared. And when others are sharing the worthiness of me and what I am offering, it will be known Jack is just a servant of God, right? Because we are all here. We get to choose. Do we serve the light? Do we serve the truth? Do we serve love and peace with us and through our families and our neighbors? Or do we serve chaos? Do we serve fear? Do we serve manipulation and exaggeration? Do we serve conflict and combativeness? Do we serve lack and poverty? Or do we serve the God of abundance, of prosperity, of perfection? Man, I love that God of perfection. That's the one who I know. Sincerely, brothers and sisters, stay tuned. Watch again for the future, and we'll see what happens next time. Peace for everyone. Choose love and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all.